Hello and welcome to Otter Disease Tackling Cyber Violence. I do not know what some people do. This is just me shitposting. And I may be alone forever. Yay! Oh no, no sabotage, please, no sabotage. Oh, sabotage! Oh, I feel, oh, oh no, I feel the sabotage! Someone help me, fam! I should probably get some other people in here because I'm stupid. So let's see. I wonder what will happen if I touch my butt. Double ball, double ball, ball. Oh, that's probably not a good idea. Okay, so that's the thing. Anyways, it's time to do the cyber violence. Time to take out all the babies. Babies should not be allowed on the internet, that's bad. Do not do this. But if you do not let them on the internet, then they're oppressed. That's very sad. So that's the thing too. Yay! Yes, I did, Evador. That's very nice of you to do. I wasn't sure if she had brought hers or what happened, but that's a good thing to do.
Today was a weird day. I waited in line for In-N-Out, and there was a long line, and it was basically like waiting to go to Disneyland. And I accused my mother of cyber violence in the car because I was on Twitter and she said something mean, and I was like, "How dare you?" So yeah, for those of you in the chat, that's the link to actually join the Hangout. So you just take those two dots and then you remove them and put a period there, and then you put the HTTP blah 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 thing, and you could join. Oh, there you are, goat. And there you go. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I did today. I also got depressed. But then somebody made this video about Drew Pickles going to the Honey Badger radio show, and he raped everyone or something. But he killed me at one point and then shoved like all my bones up his butt. It was really weird, but it was amazing, and I loved it. So if the person who made that listens to this, I wanted you to know that I shilled it. I'm just going to take the link and put it in the description. Just a minute. I should put it on Twitter and see what happens. That would be fun. No. I could put it on there for a minute. I'll do that in a minute. Let's do this shit. There. Now, for those watching, refresh YouTube, and you should be able to see it in the description, and then you click on it. The clicky ticky ticky tick tock around the clock. So yeah, today was a fun day. Not really, I don't know, but I ended up listening to Florence and the Machine for a while and shit posting, and I felt better. So yeah, that's the thing. Now I'm going to post the link onto Twitter and leave it there for a little bit and see what happens. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah! That's bad. Demon Goat, why you keep leaving? This broken. Broken as shit. So currently I'm cyber violencing 5 million people. I'm cyber violencing Demon Goat because he's not able to access this. He keeps joining and leaving. So something's wrong with him. Yeah, his computer's broke. Poor Demon Goat's computer. So the link has been on Twitter for 34 seconds.
Oh my gosh!
We're all gonna die, aren't we? This is trouble, fam. Run for your lives. This is trouble now. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Look at me and look at you. Tiny little Pikachu. I don't want to fall in love with you. Well, it's just me. Just being a shit face. Ooh, what's this? Pull the trigger. Why is Piglet holding... Piglet's going to kill someone! That's bad. Piglet, do not do this. That's bad. Do not do this. Ooh, the Pope. The Pope is currently cyber-violencing the cast of Shark Tank while he tries to make a movie that's Catholic. That's pretty bad. This is so stupid. Okay, let's see. Okay, the link has been on Twitter, and then somebody retweeted it. Oh my gosh! That's bad. That's very bad. Okay, how much longer should it stay? We'll never know. I need to drink something. Pretend that you're listening to something while I drink. That was refreshing. That's so refreshing. It was as refreshing as my butthole, children. Okay, it's been on there for 2 minutes. Oh, what if I just left it on there? Hey, Demon Goat, are you muted because if you talk, then you're afraid you'll get kicked out? That'd be very bad. Oh, Miss Said. Surprised no one's joined yet. I'll post the link into Skype Cabals. Oops.
Damn it! No, stop it! Do not do this!
Ow! Ow! My foot is all tingly. It makes me feel special. Yeah, somebody made a logo, and I was like, okay, that's cool because it was the first one, and it wasn't bad, but I like this one a lot more. So I'm trying to bide my time until the other person will forget that they made one, and then I'll just say this is a logo, and I'm sorry for everyone. I'm a very bad man. Somebody needs to punish me. Skype Cabal, here I come. Everybody wants to drink my Skype Cabal cum. Ew, what? That's forbidden. Do not do this. Blech. Oh, excuse me. Oh, poor Demon Goat's mic is not working. That's very sad. Why don't you get a new mic? Okay, so I think somebody bought me. Who is it? Rattled Bones, Weaponized Boner. I think he bought me something from my Otter Jesus wish list. Now I'm gonna go look. Oh no, there's a scurry, fam! There's a verse scurry! What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Something was button! What could it be? Oh no! Uh-oh. That's very bad. That's very bad. I'm gonna screen share. Doop, 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 doop. So, yeah. Somebody bought me this. Whee! Yeah, that's an interesting thing. I'm very scared. Who knows what'll happen now? Yeah, I don't know why it won't work for you. Maybe you should throw your computer in the bog and then try again. Stroking my weaponized boner. So I'm a little scared now. Don't know what's gonna happen. Are we all gonna die? Are we all gonna die? You may never know. So who would like to cyber violence me? because I want to be cyber violence all night long. Okay, so the Hangouts link has been retweeted twice, and no one's joined. This is so weird. It's like Google is trying to prevent me from cyber violencing people. Oh well. Well, what's in the news today? Angry Birds movie. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Lights self on fire, burns to hell. I'm going to find one of my old video game editorials that I wrote, and I'll read it to you, fam. That's very cyber violence, and I can't remember how to find them. Oh, yes, I go to Tumblr, and then I light my face on fire. And then I speak the words, Caitlyn Jenner is not a hero, and everyone gets bananas up their butt. Oh, damn it. What the fuck? Let's see. Dooba 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 dooba. Oops. Fuck you! I feel like Socks right now because she's like, what am I doing this for? I'm talking to peoples. And I'm like, that's good, fam. That's good. What am I doing? Where am I going? Who am I? Somebody please tell me who I am. You, Cyber, you long time. Woo! Broken controls. It takes a toll. It takes a toll on you. No, that's not one about Gamergate. I'm not reading that one. Okay, let's see. Here's this. Okay, Broken Controls. Here's a story about a thing named gameplay. I haven't played a video game for like a year now. I know, I should be stoned for being some sort of sexy fraud for bedazzling your begraddle. I don't even know what that means. I'm sorry if you thought I misled you. I didn't. I just like to complain about stuff. I still follow video game news and stuff, but I went through a weird space portal that took me through time and space and hell. See the classic 1907 sci-fi film Event Horizon, and kind of lost interest in playing video games. Now I'm just reading lots of comic books and watching lots of TV shows. I'm sort of doing it because I'm lazy. Video games require you to go on dates with them, so you can wine and dine them and push their buttons. I'm also mostly doing it because I'm writing a comic book. In order to be inspired, I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm reading something at the moment. Let me finish.
Okay.
In order to be inspired when working with the artist, as she does the art, I have to keep my brain in the headspace of comic book paneling on the side of a fast car that explodes when you start it. What? Okay. I'm inspired by storytelling, and video games aren't about telling stories. They're about interaction. That's the art form that video games are about. Movies, books, all that other stuff is about storytelling. That's an art form that's already being covered. This is why Rutger Kubert is dazed and confused when it comes to video games. R.I.P. Rutger Kubert. The only video game Kubert ever liked was a weird one about the Japanese afterlife that was depressing. I think it was a point-and-click adventure thing. Now, it's okay to have a plot in a video game, but it's not okay to have a video game with a plot and no gameplay. The latter is called a movie with poorly thought-out distribution models. Think of a car. Cars need wheels. Cars don't need lasers that shoot out of the giant chicken statue that's attached to the roof of the car. Do you understand what an analogy is? Because I don't. It's like I'm on a car with no wheels trying to make a point about talkative squirrels. Super Mario Brothers didn't have a plot. But you say, it did so, you had to save the princess. And I say to that, go kill yourself because nobody loves you. Super Mario Brothers didn't have a plot. It had an inciting incident to explain the gameplay. If a plot was a car, Super Mario Brothers, I abbreviated it in whatever I'm reading. Mario Brothers had a windshield. Mario Brothers is considered one of the greatest games of all time. I proved my point. Runs off into the night, falls down a well. While I'm done here, I guess I should take my point out of the pudding and hand it to you. You deserve a prize for reading this spectacularly unfocused series of keyboard interactions. Think about all the weird stuff Kojima included in Metal Gear Solid. You needed the game's case to progress through the game. The fourth wall was literally killed with fire. Also, Psycho Mantis knew what kind of other Konami games you liked. Or in Twin Snakes, what other Nintendo games you liked. Or Naomi using your controller's vibrating function to give you a such as Baba Schnuber massage on your arm. This is all unique stuff that can never be replicated in any other art form. Choose Your Own Adventure books sort of interact with you, but they're also not actually stories. They're garbage and should be burned at the stake like an evil witch. Their interaction is an illusion and clumsy. If you don't turn to the right page, you might end up killing your whole family in a hilarious clown grease fire. What I'm trying to say is I have serious problems. I'm autistic, which isn't a problem, just to be clear, and I view the world differently. That's the problem I have. I'm different. So you honky grandmas be tripping for reals, yo. Forgive my crassness, but I just wanted to get a new Broken Controls baked in my lovin' oven. I think I made a point in there somewhere, so hopefully this wasn't a complete dead whale on a beach that got exploded. From the Nostromo, this is Iran, last survivor of the SR-388 incident, signing off. I'm really stupid.
I don't know what you're talking about anymore.
I was just reading something.
I got here too late.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate.
Yes, it is.
Where are the only two people who are in this thing? Where's everyone else?
No. Somebody else come in so we can have a lively conversation.
What I think is so funny about that UN thing was that they said that spamming was cyber violence. Spamming is not like something bad, it's just annoying.
Well, apparently being annoying is violent now.
Yeah. I think
I think we're all pretty violent then, because we're all pretty fucking annoying.
It certainly is true.
Yeah. I try hard with my cyber violence. I'm pretty. Yeah.
So, have you cyber violenced anyone today?
Let's see. Yeah, I did. I think I spammed several people with lots of reaction images and pictures of Warhammer stuff, you know. And then I got in an argument with someone. It was a pretty good day.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I try, man. I try to have a fulfilling day. Cyber violencing somebody.
Now we just need to cyber sex violence people.
Yeah, there you go. Cyber sex.
So I was having sex with someone, and suddenly they were like, and now I'm going to take away your inhibitions. And then it's like, oh, so triggered. And so I hung up the phone that I was emailing them on, and I lit my fantasy film on fire, and all the Lord of the Rings cast members were like, oh, melting. It's true.
No, it's true. That sounds like
totally true.
It sounds full of truthiness, man. I'm just saying. And then Boromir tried to steal the ring. Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if The Ring and Lord of the Rings was like one movie? Where it's like they get the videotape and Frodo's like, ooh, what's this magic? And then Ganondorf.
Ganondorf?
Don't question.
Okay.
Ganondorf is like, he's like, oh, yeah, let me play that for you. And he like takes off his hat and puts it on his head and then shoots things out of his eyes, and they just like watch the video, and Frodo's like, oh dear, this is really triggering me. And then they get a phone call from an eagle, and it's like, I'm not gonna save you in 7 days. And so they go to the mountain, and they're like, you must throw this in there to release the spirit of the Japanese people because I fucking hate them. And it's like, that sounds like a good plan. So they throw it in, but then the little Samara girl comes out, and she's like, oh, that's my precious.
And then Mothra shows up?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Because you know, if you have creepy little girls, you have to have some sort of monster show up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, they actually go together really well.
I think so.
Because they both have objects that are evil, and they want to try to destroy them, and they would kill them. Oh wow, I've actually stumbled on something amazing.
You should write a fan fiction.
Nope.
Nope.
No fan fiction.
Why not?
I have a weird relationship with fan fiction. There are people I know who will argue with me about it, but I just think that it's one of the lowest forms of something. If you're
Well,
gonna write stuff, just write your own thing.
well, yeah, that's what I mean. Is write a short story, but it involves. Well, I don't know whether it counts as fan fiction if none of the characters are anything alike. Anything except the name.
Yeah, that's just copyright infringement.
Yeah, that's right.
It's so weird though, because like Amazon has started allowing people to sell their fan fiction of certain things.
Really?
They don't get the money, but you can like sell it so people read it. There's like Veronica Mars stuff, and I've never actually looked at any of it. But there's Veronica Mars stuff. There's a few other things. But yeah, it's weird.
I think someone should try to sell My Immortal on there. I think that'd be hilarious.
My Immortal may be the best thing ever, and they need to adapt it real quick.
Yeah, I think so. I think it should be a movie.
Imagine if it was like a movie or at least like an Adult Swim cartoon.
Yeah, I think that would be epic.
Yeah. It would make no sense.
That's true. It would not.
And they could just like, they could hire some homeless person to do all the dialogue. And then they could hire a homeless Korean man to animate it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. They'd have everyone would be drunk. It all have to be drunk or done while drunk.
Yep.
Yeah, and the music would all be heavy metal. I think it would be great.
Yeah. And then they'd be like, I'm sexier than you. Take off those pants. And wee.
Everyone would go pantsless. I like that.
But back to my my radical like term paper on how The Ring is literally just like a reinterpretation of Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like The Ring and the video will both kill you. And then there's Smeagol and Samara. And yeah, I win.
Oh, you win.
I'm going to talk at the UN about how they're similar. Hello, everyone at the UN. I would like to say The Ring and Lord of the Rings are like a thing.
Yeah.
We must put an end to violence in movies.
Yeah.
That aren't real.
And then what about
no more snuff films? Too many snuff films. I watch them too much. Cancel snuff films.
Yeah. Yeah, they should be stopped.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. Shit.
One of the things I loved about the UN report was that they like cited that weird old paper about how Pokemon is like satanic.
Oh yeah.
It trains children to murder.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what?
It's so funny, though.
I've encountered Christians that do that talk about that shit like it's demonic, but
well, my parents were like, "Okay, let's sit down and talk about this," and then I'm like, "Yeah, this." I'm like, okay, that's not demonic.
Yeah, yeah, they just want to love and shoot fireballs, right?
Yeah. But what's funny about that is, what does that have to do with cyber violence? Why were they citing something about that?
It's the same reason they cited D&D. You know, because it's like you got to put in all the things no one that quote unquote normal people don't like and make it sound evil.
Dear esteemed people of the UN, my penis. That's all.
Exactly.
For everyone new in the chat or watching, you can join the stream by going to the description box. Oh wait, it's not in the description box. Wait, maybe I need to just refresh. I don't think it is at this time. Nope, it is. Okay, it's also on Twitter. I stupidly posted on there, but somehow no one is being shitlords and joining and being all like, my penis. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, my penis. Come on. You gotta do that shit.
And how? But yeah, it's just like what. They're literally trolling. Like Zoe and Anita are literally trolling them. They're
Yeah.
literally trolling the UN. They're like, yeah, criticism's bad. That must be stopped. My vagina.
Exactly.
It's amazing that they're like, these people are so stupid. I tell my mom about this, and she's like, wow, that's dumb. What? Why?
Apparently, the UN wants to become a totally, completely irrelevant. Just totally useless.
They've never really been useful.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe for about.
The League of Nations was more useful.
Yeah, that's true. And then, I guess during the Nuremberg trials they were, and then,
Yeah.
and then not at all, ever.
Because they're literally about like never dealing, like never trying to do anything and just trying to keep everyone peaceful. But by doing that, they're literally going, okay, we should just do sanctions. We should do sanctions against them and this and that, and it'll be fine. Even though these people are doing things that are bad.
Yeah.
Oh, but Israel's bad. We need to talk about how Israel's bad. Don't forget. Wait, how is that peaceful? Israel sucks. Fuck them.
What about them Jews, man? We gotta talk about them Jews.
It's like we need to say Palestine deserves all of Israel. We need to kill all of Israel so Palestine can take their rightful place.
Exactly.
Oh, there's a bunny.
Hey, buddy.
I can't hear you. I'm gonna try to turn you up. Oops.
I am here.
Hello.
We can hear you.
You can't hear me.
Louder, try harder.
There you go. I can hear you a little better.
You're the little bunny that Thunderfoot uses.
Actually, I was using it before he did.
No, I'm not saying like
stop using it.
you stole it. I'm just saying that's the same bunny. That's the same bunny picture.
Hello.
Hey, Fishka.
Yes. Well, you see where all this is progressing, right? They're going to try to make the whole internet a safe zone where basically where males can't or males are not allowed to be on then because, just being a male triggers them.
Well, let's be fair. They actually only care about feminists. When they say women, what they mean is feminists with opinions.
Yeah.
And if a woman disagrees with them, that woman is basically a man. So
well, that's why there's many older women now that are coming out saying, yeah, I believe in feminism, but what the feminists of today, liberal, left, socialism, feminists are nothing what the original feminist movement started and were.
it's why a lot of young women are going, no way would I be a feminist, because they've only seen the really rabid, dangerous feminism that's currently going on. They're like, I want nothing to do with that.
I mean,
But
all the stuff
a
that
lot of this
matters,
feminist has to do with women wanting attention, basically. The bottom line is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're basically complaining about being treated like men and saying being treated like a man is oppressive to women. Well, it's not oppressive to men? Okay, well, then how about you just be quiet then? They're like, no, how dare you? Men must take care of us and make us feel better. Men are so fragile, masculinity, blah, blah, blah. Masculinity is a term and concept that feminists made up or something. What the better term is manly and womanly for women. The whole masculinity and femininity are just garbage terms. They don't really mean anything anymore.
Yeah, it's mostly it's like stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything today is a stereotype. They didn't like it when I said that. They were like on the masculine, it's so fragile hashtag. I didn't get a good response with that one. It was funny.
Well, someone in the chat's like, I'm an old school feminist. It was about treating men and women alike. Even back in the day, it really wasn't like that. It was about focusing on women, and maybe not all feminists were like this, but the majority, the narrative they had was that women need special attention, and they ignored men, which ended up hurting men because things got worse and worse, and men, yeah. So that's the thing, I guess. I don't know. I just wanted to point that out because
Well,
that's
you
what
totally forgot about women's suffrage too. You know, the right to vote and all that went along with it that they were fighting for back in the early 1900s.
Yeah, the women's suffragists were not fighting for men's suffrage; they were just fighting for women's suffrage.
Well, the thing was that that voting, there was only like a 50-year gap between men and women because men had to commit themselves to dying to be able to vote.
Well, also men had to own property.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, it wasn't.
Not most men weren't even able to vote.
Yeah, and they still weren't. I read they still weren't by a period of time after, like up to the 1930s. Some men weren't even able to vote.
Mm-hmm.
And hell, we also have to remember that people haven't been able to vote at all for about 2,000 years
Mm-hmm.
before the U.S. existed.
And we still prevent children from voting. I think that's despicable.
Yeah, I think children should be able to vote.
Well,
And
that's the reason why
immigrants too.
you have to also look at the reason why they're pushing a lot of transgender policies into the whole mix too. I don't know what their outcome. I guess they want to live in this fantasy world where everybody is unisex. I don't know what the same sex and.
Honestly, they really don't know what they want. They just want everything to be so complicated, so nothing will ever be solved.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think they ever went into complaining about something.
If all the problem, like this is like why cyber violence, getting back to the topic of cyber violence, this is why that is now a thing, because they're like we've run out of things to complain about, so now we have to complain about people disagreeing with us or exposing us as liars.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the worst thing that can happen to them now.
Yeah, I mean, being told you suck and you're a liar. I mean, come on. That's not violence.
Especially since she's made it so that no one can do that on her YouTube videos. And on Twitter, her personal account is locked. Feminist Frequency is a business account. The fact that she acts like she's being threatened by her business account, people saying "fuck you" or whatever, that's stupid. That's like the Coca-Cola business person going, "Hey, I'm a threatened because people said Coca-Cola is gay." Pepsi forever. It's like nope. But they don't do that because they're not babies.
Yeah, from the same feminists, you really don't see them tackling issues like Saudi Arabia and how they abuse women there. You don't see them posting about ISIS or Boko Haram and their sex slaves selling and all that.
Well, and then they don't care about the boys being put into sexual slavery in Islamic countries, and the military has actually been told, "Oh yeah, just sort of ignore it when you see it happening in front of you among the people you're working with. Just don't do anything about the boys that you see in sexual slavery there. Don't worry about it. Just It's like seriously?
Wonderful.
Yeah,
that was girls
in Iraq and Afghanistan, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They're going after they actually kicked out a soldier because of that. He reported it and actually went through their courts. They're saying, well, we, as the Army, we can't deal with it. You have to go through their courts and everything, which they started to do, but the Army was like, kicked them out anyway because of that.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't.
In all of the, like, when people talk about Middle Eastern countries, they're always like, well, the women, it's like, no, the women and the men. The men are suffering in different ways, especially the boys. When in Middle Eastern countries, they can be sold into sexual slavery. That's really disturbing.
But getting back to cyber violence, I posted earlier about cyber violence, the doctrine that states anyone who challenges your opinion or posting of facts is harassment and equal to physical violence.
Yeah, I thought that was just bizarre. I mean, that's not equivalent to anything. They're just words.
I think that woman that with that weird name, who in the top of that Time article, was it Time? Like she's like black or something. I think she was trying to be like, hey, I'm kind of like not doing anything, and I need to prove that I should have this position I'm in, so I'm gonna do this shit.
Well, I started today. I was like, where's all the minority in video game programming? I know there's some there, but it's always when you Google it and look it up, it's usually mostly all white women.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, people should be outraged about that too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I don't
They
know.
just do visible stuff, and they don't care about there's no call, like Hannah Wallen has always said this. There's no call for equality, and by equality I mean like forced a forced balance between genders in a job place like garbage men or garbage people or whatever. There's no call for more women than that.
Nope.
Garbage people. I've only once in my whole life seen a garbage woman.
Are you
Really?
still with a man with sexy long hair?
Thinking about
Takes
that.
care of it.
When you saw her, did you say, "Hey, I'm gonna rape you"?
No.
Well, you're supposed to do that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
your masculinity is so fragile.
Yeah, you're supposed to like show off your butt, aren't you? I thought it was, or those baboons.
See, that's the double standard that I can't take about that. You know, people want to say equality, but they want equality plus special preferences and...
Well, what they want is equality in power, not equality just in general. They want to have equal amounts of people in power of different gender, of the two genders, without like caring about what that means.
Yeah.
And they also we have to force women into STEM fields, and we have to force women into politics. But that's misogyny.
As I told somebody, you know, the reason why there aren't more women is because they don't try to get elected. So what are you supposed to do if they don't want to, you know, be elected in the office? I mean,
That goes back to a lot of the insecurities they have, but yet if you read their posts, they're sitting there saying that we're putting all these insecurities in them by media, by ads and everything else. But you know, like some people pointed out, there
is nonsense. It doesn't have as much effect on us as people as they think it does.
Well, someone pointed out, and I want to make this point about, you know, no man looks at an ugly woman, quote unquote ugly woman, and says, wow, look at that nice expensive purse she has. You know, only women buy $500 purses and $300 pair of shoes to impress other women.
Yeah. Yeah, men do it.
Man's not going to be like, those are really expensive shoes. That makes me so hot. I want to have sex with your shoes. Will you wait outside while I do it in the butt?
It's already been
Unless they have a fetish.
They're already scientifically proven that women check out other women more than they do men. When you're out in public spaces, they're always worried about how they look and everything else. And majority of the time, I tell women all the time, I was like, I think women look better without makeup on and everything else.
Well, some women probably wouldn't, just because, yeah, but in general, I would agree with you.
And there's many men across social media I know that always keep on posting that. And women look better without, you know, no need to be wasting all this. But they're basically, a lot of them doing because they what other women think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's also like the issue of some men would look better with makeup.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone would be better off if certain men would wear more makeup.
Like Captain Kirk in the eyeliner.
Yeah, sure. Or guys with weird facial issues.
Mm.
Some people would just look better with it. I'm not saying it's like a good thing or a bad thing. It's sort of just a what is it where neutral. It's like a neutral like issue where it's like some people would just look nicer without the yuck, and yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. But
No,
yeah,
when you-
cyber violence affects us all.
Yeah, cyber violence, man. It's the new, it's worse than ISIS. I've heard.
I screen capture a lot of this, but when it comes to the feminist side, and a lot of these anti-Gamergate and people and everything, and I'm seeing them as the arguments unfolding by other people arguing with them and disagreeing with them, and it's not cyber violence. They make a statement. Which people are responding to their opinions back, or they're making their opinions known on Twitter for social media for everybody to see, and then they get upset because someone proves them wrong factually or disagrees with their argument, and they start calling that harassment, especially when there's more people joining in and saying, hey, I disagree with you.
I love when they start screaming dogpiling, and I ask them, "Hey, do you know how Twitter works? By the way, do you know how this system functions and how it's designed?" And they just get.
They'll do that right when they're dogpiling other people. They'll claim, "Stop dogpiling me," while they dogpile you.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen it where they actually IMing other people to come help them in the argument. Or they will come in, I knew friends would do that too. They would call up several other people. It's like, hey, help me with arguing with this person. And that's not what I know. I never done that or anything, but I
There's
know.
nothing necessarily wrong with that. Is the problem? Like, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but then they say it's bad while they say that you're doing it, or
Well,
they say it's bad while they're doing it.
A lot of what they're doing is it's textbook called projection.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
They're projecting a lot of what they're doing. That's the reason why you see a lot of people screen capturing things that Randy Lee Harper said and a bunch of other people online said the exact opposite. They're calling men sexist pigs and everything else for, posting a picture of a woman, but yet on their page they have pictures of men that they said they want to have sex with, all the things I would do to him, and it's
Yeah,
like, wait a minute, you just got done not hating on men for that.
I've been dogpiled, and I have fun doing it because I'm used to multiple people attacking me at once.
I've always been really careful and not getting myself into a position where it would be easy for something like that to happen to me, because I don't want to have to deal with it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm careful. And then a lot of the feminists who complain about this stuff, they intentionally go out of their way so that they'll be heard loud and clear by the people who they say are really dangerous and who do this. They'll make sure that those people will hear them. It's like, but I thought that you didn't want to experience it because it was like triggering and gave you PTSD.
There's a reason why there's a block button on tweet.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like,
Get really on.
yeah, but you hear them saying, I shouldn't have to block people.
Oh, boo-hoo.
It's
Get
like,
a helmet.
I want to point out really quick, Mr. Armless Villain, he apparently was, let me find it, where did it, where did he put it? Crap! I'm stupid. Oh. A woman just doxed me the other day over a TV show. And I asked, what TV show? And then he's like, General Hospital. A
What?
soap opera. I don't even want to know the story to that.
That's
It's
just
just
weird.
horrifying.
That's
Like, I'm gonna dox you over this TV show. What? What? Why? Because it's my shows. I need my soaps. I'm a dirty, dirty hoe. I need to wash myself in my general hospital.
that's the most ridiculous story I've ever heard anyone ever do.
Hmm.
Yeah, I I have no response to that other than to laugh.
Like, what could you even say about General Hospital to make someone want to dox you over it?
Yeah,
You're super gay for liking it. General Hospital gives you AIDS. I don't understand. Like, all the women on there are actually men with a giant penis in their eyeballs. I don't even know what that means.
apparently, I can tell you, I have no idea. That's a mystery.
Terrifying.
But also too, I was looking at the pictures and everything else at the UN Women's. I was like, it looks like a bunch of white women in the background. I mean,
Well, that's why they have non-white feminists and white feminists have slap fights. It's because white women don't understand anyone else.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean they think. I mean, hell, just read stuff from Oliver about what it's like to if you aren't African American, what it's like in that culture or that part of the community, and it's like totally different from the way white feminists talk about, female oppression, where all the women are more have more power in the relationship.
middle class,
Yeah,
middle class income.
yeah. It's
Talking
like,
about being oppressed. It's like you haven't even been outside this country, have you? That's why I don't understand why these people are crying oppression and everything else. And it's like, you really? And there's other women around the world looking at them like,
yeah.
you have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever. I don't know whether. Yeah, they don't know what oppression is. Yeah, not at all. It's not being denied that your opinion's always correct. Your emotions are never wrong.
Yeah, I mean, Nazi Germany was like, the Nazis were like, hey, Jewish man with your hook nose and you're drinking the children's blood. I disagree. And then the Jewish guy's like, and they walked away.
Yeah,
That was literally
Those posts.
the Holocaust was really just a bunch of Jewish guys crying.
it was a prank, man. Holocaust was a prank. You know, it was Nazis being edgy. That's all it was.
Well, look at even in politics, they're trying to accuse Mark Rubio of hating Jews and everything else because he went to a guy's house who collects things, and he has like a good collection of Nazi Germany paraphernalia and stuff, and so they're basically trying to. The DNC Debbie Wasserman Schultz was trying to say that he hates Jews and everything because of that, and I said I just recently posted about that too. I said I guess the Smithsonian Museum hates Jews too, and because Nazi memorabilia too, and a bunch of other museums do too. So
all the museums are like, fuck the Jews.
Yeah.
This is fuck the Jews Day. Everyone comes for free except Jews. Jews have to pay extra.
Yeah, it's always the left that I always hear saying that they call another word for neocon.
Oh yeah.
That's basically saying that hey, you're a rich Jew and everything else, and
You're an evil conservative.
I wish I was a rich Jew.
yeah, and I listen to them. They think all bankers are Jews, and it's like, whoa, back up there.
Oh, somebody was talking about the Black Panther thing where there's that guy who's never written a comic book, or as far as I can tell, at least
Oh.
so far hasn't released even a novel yet.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he got the job because he was talking to Marvel. And he's like, so diversity, and they're like, oh, you want to write Black Panther, huh? And he's like, sure.
Great.
Okay, so he said something about that, and then somebody said something, and then in the tweets below it, it was like, Black Panther was created by the Jews who own the banks. Like, okay, Mr. Black person, go kill some Jews then, just like Al Sharpton.
Someone's been reading The Elders of Zion too much.
Yeah.
I wish I was an elder of Zion, then I could fuck the Jews.
Yeah. Well, you would be a Jew.
Yeah, but it's best to kill Jews when you are a Jew.
That's
Then
true.
you
I've
gain
heard
their
that.
power, and you can drink their blood, and you become ultra Jew, and then you can grow a golem skin and kill.
Do you shoot dreidels out of your eyes? Is that how it works?
You go dreidel, 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 and every time you say dreidel, dreidels just shoot out of your eyes, and then explode and blow people up, and then you can drink their blood. This is all true.
I've heard that's true.
It was on the
What
history.
happened? Now we need somebody to draw it. That'd be awesome. Have a drawing of it.
Yeah.
Accused of anti-Semitism.
We do all kinds of things here, you know.
Well, this one Jew on Twitter who is a friend of mine at Live Beef, he's very, very hateful of Jews, and I love him.
That's the thing. There's so many Jews in Israel that didn't want Israel to become a state
Oh yeah.
back in the 40s. And I was like, they were fine just living along the land along with other people.
Oh yeah. Palestinians weren't being pushed out, and then United States and Britain had to go and make it a country.
You see, it was always those two countries. United States and Britain always has to have their hand in everything. That's
Man, we just really oversimplified that situation, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
don't like the imperialism.
Yeah, it's bad. But yeah.
Ooh.
But that's the whole point of the UN, that the UN got started. That's why I don't understand why everybody's looking to America to get everything done. I was like, isn't that why we started the UN?
That's the idea.
And they're not doing anything in these countries where people are being oppressed and killed and butchered every day and hung and burned alive.
I don't know.
We give them billions of dollars too. The United States does. Yet they
don't do any.
they don't do
NATO
anything.
does more.
That's the whole thing. It's like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I don't even know what the UN does anymore, other than make declarations about how bad everyone is.
Well, how bad Israel is. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
oh no, China
That's
has
what
some
I'm
issues
now.
with how they treat their civilians. It's Israel's fault. China should stop letting Israel control them. I don't know. Israel's bad, okay?
Yeah, apparently.
Iran's best.
I don't agree with all the actions of Israel, but as a country now, they have every right to exist without people threatening to bomb them off the face of the earth every moment of the day.
Yeah.
When there's hundreds of millions of Muslims around in that whole area around them, and
Yeah, I know.
everybody painting them as the bad guy.
I mean, people don't like it when. I remember one time I posted on a web forum about how both sides have blood in their hands, the Palestinians and the Israel, and I had a leftist accuse me of being anti-Semitic. It's like, what? How am I anti-Semitic? It's obvious both groups have killed people.
Well,
No,
there's a
that's the
difference between the groups being obvious in killing people and the groups going and, like, just murdering people.
Yeah, that's true.
There's
Well,
less evidence of Israelis actively going into Palestine and just killing entire families.
Well, the one part is the media bias because I watched the full videos, compared to a lot of these Palestinian Facebook pages and everything else where you see only like a minute or two clip of a soldier, having a child in a headlock and everything else, but you didn't see the pictures before where the child was with a slingshot throwing rocks at soldiers, which you can actually kill somebody with a slingshot.
Yeah.
They showed it on, I don't know if it was on Discovery Channel or so. They calculated the speed and rate and everything of a rock being thrown. I was like, yeah, no one's ever died with a rock to the head. I mean, those sort of things. But when you look at Palestine's side, they have gotten over $30 billion in aid from different United States and different countries.
Mhm.
Yet they have no infrastructure or anything shown through it, and they found out all the money was going to the leaders in those countries in their own bank accounts. So they sit there saying that, Israel's trying to suppress them and everything else. It's their own people. But going back to what you were saying, yeah, they sit there and shoot those rockets off from schools and rooftops of buildings where people live. Yet, they cry foul when Israel comes in with helicopters and stuff and totally demolishes the whole building.
Mhm.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
We got here because Israel is like saying mean things about Palestine on Twitter, and there's cyber violence for all the Palestinian women.
Yeah, it was just pure cyber violence, man.
Yeah, I know. Like, I think what the 73% of women online will be cyber violenced,
Yeah.
according to a UN study that quotes Jack Thompson.
And Pokemon is evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pokemon is evil.
Pokemon, the murder simulator. Like,
It does
yeah.
murder simulate.
Yeah.
Seriously, Pokemon is pretty bad. Let's all be honest. Pokemon is a pretty evil franchise.
It's
I've
pretty
never-
demonic, man. I swear.
Pretty sure I've never killed a Pokemon.
Yeah,
in
but
those
you
games.
buy the games.
Yeah, but
They're all the same.
yeah, but
It introduced Satan into your soul, man. That's the worst thing.
I think the best thing I saw from the that report was once again was a quote from something Jack Thompson said, but they called it the point shoot game. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, that explains everything. The point shoot game.
Everybody wants a point shoot game.
Yes.
Point
everyone.
and shoot the Pokemons. Pokemon Snap 2 confirmed.
Does anyone know what that picture of that guy that was sitting in the chair wearing the rainbow bright colors?
It's debatable that it could be Lifshitz. But
I was trying to figure out who it was. At first, I thought it was Penny Red.
Ugh.
Laura Penny. I thought it was. I was like, is that some bad lighting? And that's her. I mean,
Penny Red looks like some sort of really weird, screwed up cosplay of what's her name from the Dragon Tattoo? Elizabeth something, the character from those movies. She looks like she tried to do that, but then like is just really retarded and didn't know how to do it right, and so she just looks like a retarded person who eats her boogers, and is like a massive nerd, but the kind of massive nerd who's really stupid, like I am. Actually, I'm smarter than her when it comes to like being a good person.
you should see them all posting about when Laura Dunham interviewed Hillary Clinton.
Oh, yuck.
And she
God.
said that if you believe in equality, then you're a feminist. I was like, yeah, I don't remember Martin Luther King marching for feminism.
Yeah.
I was like,
Hillary Clinton, I'm starting to convince myself that she's not real. The fact that she had to come out and say, I'm a real person, makes me question if she's really not just a Muppet.
CGI.
She's been dead for years. She's just a zombie corpse.
Well, the
like,
Muppets did, like, re-debut, Tuesday? So, and then she had to come out and say I'm a real person. It's like
Yeah.
People start comparing similarities and they're like, wait a minute, this felt skin. I'm starting to wonder.
Yeah.
There's that one interview where she's like, wipe the server? How? With like a cloth? What?
Yeah.
Is this real life?
I just want to remind everybody that this at one point was the front runner for the Democratic nomination for President of the United States.
No, it was always Joe Biden. When he gets elected president, he'll say, "Hey, all you black people, you're gonna get put in prison for being sick."
What the fuck?
We'll change for
Or when he
you.
said, "Just go buy a shotgun."
Yeah, go buy a shotgun, shoot it out the door a few times, and scare off the crooks.
Which is against the law to do.
I remember when he said that. I'm like, Joe, that's against the law.
If you listen to
Yeah,
Joe,
like somebody did it and got arrested for doing it.
but
Yeah,
if you go back and
Yeah.
look up all the things that Joe said before he became vice president, it goes a
What do you mean?
lot against
Before.
Democrats.
Look at the shit he said while he was vice president.
Yeah.
Maybe
My
he
friend
just
loves
got
Joe
brain
Biden.
cancer.
I kid you not. There's people in the Democratic Party who call him Crazy Uncle Joe.
Yeah.
But at this point, Crazy Uncle Joe is better alternative than Hillary.
Like, hey, he's crazy Uncle Joe. I'm gonna vote for him. 'Cause he said I'll be in chains if I didn't.
Oh,
That goes back to what I mean. Even Hillary keeps on pointing out that that the whole Republican Party and conservatives hate women and they want to oppress women and put them back in the kitchen and
Yeah, just best.
the
Women
whole
make
nine
best.
yards. See, that's the reason why I follow all the stuff I'm following now is because of that. It all plays together as their agenda, what they're trying to push.
See, what about Bernie?
He's
I
old.
mean, if people want to devout communists, that's fine.
He's a socialist.
He's old and he's kind of a communist now, apparently.
I mean, kind of now.
Well,
Go back to 2008. They said they were tired of rich old people in politics.
And who are running for president right now? Rich old
Yeah.
people.
yeah.
That's what I don't understand is like, how can you just 4 years ago say this and now you're changing, going like Hillary on marriage and everything else, and how they're not really sticking to anything. They're not sticking to anything that they previously once held belief and attacked other people on, and now they're changing everything about on different circumstances going on in the media now, that they're changing everything that they formerly once said, and it's like, no, this is what I actually believe now.
Okay, this is off topic, but this is fun. A gay couple that has a marriage license now demands Kim Davis put her name on it, even though they have their marriage license and they don't need her name on it. So they're trying to get her put back in jail. Isn't it fun?
Oh yeah.
Life is
Isn't it fun that they drove down from Ohio to seek a marriage license there in Kentucky?
Okay, two sources close to Kentucky clerk Kim Davis tell Breitbart News that the gay men whose demand for a marriage license started her on a path to jail for 5 days are again trying to get her locked up. While Davis was in jail, her staff issued a marriage license to the two men, though without her name attached to it. The license was issued in the names of the clerk's office. The two men were satisfied, as was Judge Bunning and the governor of the state Kentucky. Upon her return, Davis began issuing license with pursuant to federal court order affixed. This newest version of the Rowan County licenses did not affect the license issued to the two men. Even so, the men are back, saying the license they were so happy with a few weeks ago is not sufficient. They are demanding that Davis issue a new license with her name on it.
What a joke. They should.
Well, that's the problem that they're having there in Kentucky, because it is voted into that state that marriage is defined by a man and a woman.
Yeah, I know there are issues. We don't need to get into them because everyone will call us crazy.
Yeah.
And say we hate gay people, even though my best friends are gay. Optimus is my best friend.
I have nothing against. I'm all for equality. I mean,
Andrew. Andrew. Okay.
What?
Just like I'm not black, I am also not homosexual.
And you also aren't married to a woman with children, so that makes you gay.
Ouch!
Can't argue with that.
Don't worry, people thought I was gay. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I thought I heard Obama.
Let me be clear.
Let me be clear.
Let me be clear.
I do not suck dick. I just inhale.
Man, you should see him without a teleprompter. I mean, people say he's a good.
I want to say that crack is whack. If you're going to do drugs, you need to do that good Colombian white.
Exactly. But I heard cocaine's a hell of a drug.
There's a gay judge who refused to marry straight people. Let's find out if that's a true thing.
That is. There is.
Gay judge tells straight people they're faggots.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Gay judge won't perform straight marriages, 2012. And then there's an article for 2015. Refuses to grant straight couple a divorce. Tennessee judge refuses to grant straight couple a divorce because gay marriage.
See, that's the double standard that's going around, that all these groups are pushing, these double standards. They want these special rights and privileges and everything else. It goes back to even California. There was a sheriff there that didn't want to issue gun permits to people. And people are like, no, Kim Davis needs to follow the letter of the law. But there's been many occasions on their side, on the left side, that they have just totally outright following the immigration laws, the whole 9 yards, that they want to ignore.
Mm-hmm. It's all very complicated and messy, but people act like, oh, it's straightforward. Everybody's by it except for me. Like, who are you? And they're like, I'm a massive faggot. Can you not see me from your window? Climb into the window, hiding your faggots up?
Hiding your what?
So, Urban Dictionary, let me look it up.
You ever walked into a conversation? I just don't even know what the fuck's going on anymore.
I'll just speak with an accent and tell people to kiss my lady parts.
Oh no.
Does this happen often?
Yes, all the time, every day.
So what's going to be what is the definition of cyber violence that they're looking for?
Being mean to women for anything.
Cyber violence is when you rage quit and you kick your dog.
Abuse.
Cyber violence is when Tom Brady is allowed to play football.
Sticks and stones will break my bones, but oh no, you hurt me with your words.
Cyber violence is when Hillary Clinton is allowed to use email.
Yeah.
Cyber violence is when that Muslim teen is allowed to stab people, and they say that's a beautiful science experiment.
Yeah.
I really want him to think that he can do that and then try it, and then see what happens. I want to see what happens when he actually does something horrible like that.
Yeah.
What do you mean, the clockmaker? Or is that another
he didn't even make a clock.
He took a clock apart.
Damn it! I broke my clock because I didn't want to get up and go.
Put it in a box.
Yeah.
He's on TV saying that he made it and everything else. That's why I said there should be a lawsuit. They said there might be, if he's going around and telling people that he made the clock and everything else, and he's getting scholarships and donations and gifts over it.
Okay, this is off topic, but it's breaking news. I'm going to screen share. Hey, I'm loving it.
I'm having a separate conversation in another group where we're having an argument of could Batman with a Green Lantern ring beat Goku? I don't know how this happened, but
that's a strange conversation.
Okay, now let's talk about this breaking news. So they cast the villain for the Gospel movie about that abortionist who killed people and babies, and of course the guy's black.
Well,
get it? It's funny because the guy was actually black in real life, so it's not controversial.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
They're typecasting.
I was going to mention that too. It's like, well, it kind of was. Mm.
Wait a minute, Batman with a Green Lantern ring? Oh gosh, who could stop him?
Green Lantern is a faggot.
Well, I mean, Batman's got some pretty epic will, so I don't know.
That Muslim Green Lantern that they made a big deal about, he didn't actually have a lantern ring. He just had a clock that he took to school.
Was it green?
No, it was actually pink.
Oh, it's
believe-
pink.
Didn't DC introduce a Muslim Green Lantern?
Yeah, that's what I just mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But he has like a gun, I think.
Does he fly around on a prayer rug everywhere?
Oh my
no.
goodness! How dare you? That's disgusting.
Well, see, my
Yeah.
question is,
Stop being so Islamophobic.
now here's my question. Here's a good question. Okay, when a Muslim prays, they have to pray towards Mecca, right?
Yeah.
When this dude goes to Oa, how the hell does he know which way to pray?
He just
Yeah.
The ring tells him.
the only Green Lantern was stupid enough to carry around a gun.
Gotta have
Why
a
do you
backup.
look like a terrorist?
I'm out of bullets. What do I do?
Well, you can try using that Green Lantern ring you have, you stupid.
I think Batman with the ring, man, that would be because Batman always thinks 12 steps ahead. That's the reason why every time a Justice League member ends up turning evil or anything, he has like several different ways to take him down.
He
Oh,
even
yeah.
was thinking so far ahead that if he ever went crazy, he would have a separate personality take over. That literally happened.
I wonder who would win, again, Batman or Batman.
Mm.
I remember when they were having an alien. One time they were having an alien attack on the Earth, and they had a Justice League meeting, and everybody showed up there, and Superman showed up, and they were talking, and they're like, "Wonder where Batman was at." And it's like Superman was like, I don't hear him around because I don't hear his heartbeat."
Oh,
Batman steps out from the dark and taps his chest and said, "The device is working then."
yeah.
What the heck?
Haha, fooled you.
Batman's crazy. I argue with my brother about him. Like, no, he's crazy. And everyone's like, no, he's not. I'm like, no, he
No,
literally
he
is
is.
crazy.
No. He's totally crazy. I mean,
He is.
Butt shit and crazy.
yeah. He's crazy as hell. I mean, let's be honest here. He's he's a nut.
My
He
favorite
does-
version is Frank Miller's Star Spangled Banner Batman and Robin.
Ew.
Oh God, that one.
Yeah,
I'm the
My
goddamn Batman.
I'm the goddamn Batman.
Made Robin eat rats.
Yeah,
And
and then he
Wonder Woman
painted
was
everything yellow when he met Green Lantern.
She called men. I mean, she was literally like she was the original like SJW feminist because she really hated men in that book Wonder Woman. God.
Well, she was a hooker in it too, or something.
Yeah, she like one guy said he said excuse me and she said get out of my way sperm bank.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So hot. It's like it's my fetish.
Are you a bit of a masochist there?
Maybe we never
I
made
think
up.
that was the same one. Wasn't Superman in that too? And then like basically all three of them beat the shit out of each other or something. I forgot how that.
Yeah.
It was
And they did the Holy Terror comic where it was gonna be part of that series, but then DC's like, no, Muslims are the best, and they never do anything bad, and so it's like, okay, fine. And then he goes over to Legendary Comics, which is connected to Legendary Studios, the movie studio, and he's like, publish this, and they're like, okay, and so he changed the names of the characters. So Batman is called the Fixer, and he battles Muslim terrorists.
Really? Never heard of that one.
Sounds kind of horrible, but
Yeah, it does. Sounds
yeah, if you
pretty.
like his art style.
So, what do we actually see coming from this cyber violence that changes? Are we going to see them try to force countries in, or even Twitter and?
I really don't see anyone doing anything.
the UN has literally no power.
Yeah.
They're literally the most ineffective world body in existence.
And I think most people, like especially people within the government,
Mhm.
are looking at this and going, "This is silly." This doesn't
Well,
even
they
make sense logically.
What they propose is a clear violation of the First Amendment in the United
Yeah.
States. So there's
Yeah,
no way.
everyone else is fucked.
Well, that's where I said if they're going to try to do something where they get policies changed on Twitter, I know it'll probably end up going before the Supreme Court then.
Oh yeah, because we're getting into like, what do you call it, free speech online and all this other stuff. See,
Well, I think there's a call for readdressing the fact that corporations have too much power over our freedom of speech, like as a platform.
well, yeah, they try to use what like terms of service and things like that to, you know, it's kind of like what's going to happen. It'll be another First Amendment battle similar to what, like like prayer in schools and things like that. Like there was of course about the big. There was other Supreme Court decisions where an individual, they said an individual couldn't like go to themselves and pray in school, and like they had to, the justices ruled that a person's faith does not stop at the school steps.
Yeah.
So they can still be allowed to practice their faith, even as long as it's not organized by the state, quote unquote.
Well, I've heard many cases from ACLJ, I think it's called, which work cases too, where they said if you have a work area, you're allowed putting up in your cubicle area, if you're allowed putting up pictures and other things, that you're allowed putting up anything religious too, which they said workspaces can't stop you from doing that and everything else, which, there's many schools and stuff. I've been there myself, and many schools are trying to, tell students to turn inside their shirts and everything else because their shirt of picture of Jesus on it or something's offending other people.
Well, there's even how dare you wear an American flag shirt? You're oppressing all the Mexicans who are here illegally. Wait, no, they're not here illegally. They're citizens, I hope. It's like, why would they be so oppressed if they're here and they're not illegal? Why would they be oppressed by the country that they're supposed to be citizens of? Flag?
Well, that's where they try to say they're proud people. They're proud, yet if you're American and try to be proud and wave your own American flag in your own country, you're racist.
And if you wave an American flag in Mexico, you get kidnapped.
I actually had this discussion with somebody the other day. What's going on is for freaking decades and upon decades, if you lived in this country, you said I am an American, right? You didn't say I am Jewish and American.
American, yeah.
Yeah. You said I am an American. I know. I heard. I was listening to the radio the other day. This guy was calling in and said to his father. His father. This man who was calling in was like 75 years old, and his father immigrated from Russia. And when he immigrated from Russia and became a citizen, they asked him, what are you? He said, he had a thick Russian accent. He said, I am an American.
Do it with a Russian accent.
I am American. I'm strong. I'm strong. A little better.
No, this is how you do it. It's like, in Mother America, I am no Russian. No.
In Mother Russia, I'm no Russian.
No, in Mother America, I am no Russian. Get it? It's like that joke that people are drunk and Russians are like, fuck.
Yeah, I get you. But no, it's like.
But Irish people are never Americans because they're disgusting.
Andrew, they're still Americans.
No, they're not. They're not. They're like garbage trash.
What? See, I have many
like garbage that just floats around in the gutters, and it's like, I'm Irish. Look at me. I'll write bad poetry, and I'm drunk.
Considering I have red hair, I'm sure I have some Irish descent.
You have red hair?
Yeah.
The plot thickens.
Well, you only have to go online. There was articles which I have that state that they started doing DNA tests, and people that thought that they were African ended up being that they were Mongolian, actually. But also, if you go back 8 generations, that's like thousands of people you could be from. many different countries when you go.
Isn't it like there's a high percentage that like a lot of people are descended from Genghis Khan?
Yeah, you have to be careful with those tests I read about. They only they only test like 1% of your DNA, and yeah, they aren't very helpful.
Well, that's what you watch. That's what you watch. What was that on PBS when they do that? They said they always leave out a lot of the other.
Yeah, there's 3 billion allele strand or DNA strands in the human genome, and they only test for like 3 million.
But what's funny is a lot of black people in the U.S. probably have Irish in them because the Irish were slaves too, and that people would force them to mate with black slaves.
Well, I've said that to many people. I'm like, you're light-skinned. I mean, you have to have some white or Asian something in your family lineage.
Well, and there's also what do you call it? I mean, there's the Jefferson effect, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some Irish people also came over, and they were rich. My family is Scotch-Irish, and yeah, my family lived in Missouri, and they owned slaves. Because I knew somebody who was a black girl named with my last name in high school.
Well, the thing I try to point out about that is, too, that people put things in perspective. Both my ancestors came over in the 1800s, late 1800s, and I knew one of them, there was a set of twins that came over from Austria. There was a war going on there, Szechuan War, something weird like that.
Szechuan chicken?
Something like that, and they left from there because of that. And when they came over, one of them actually was killed, was scalped actually by an Indian. But we ended up somehow, on both sides of my family, we have Native American in it. So when I hear people say, "Hey, why don't you go back to Europe?" and I'm like, "Why don't you too?" Because people fail to realize there in Mexico that many of them are from European descent too. Because you don't speak Mexican, you speak Spanish. And
you mean Mexican? No, I'm kidding.
we speak American in America.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's the reason why I said if people really just study history and learn for themselves, it's like, people say, well, my ancestors descended from kings and queens from Africa. And I was like, no. Didn't that's a small set. And plus, if you go to the Census Bureau actually has up, they consider the whole northern part of Africa separate from sub-Saharan Africa. And if you look at that too, the reason why when people say that, and I was like, yeah, everybody was kings and queens. I said, what about, I also try to point out too, yeah, they were kings and queens. Who built the pyramids? I mean, even on their hieroglyphs, I point out on their hieroglyphs, they took many different slaves from many different cultures. They showed them in different, even sub-Saharan Africans, they took slaves. There's many pictures of that on there outside of those temples. So, to put things in perspective, I think that's the biggest thing that people need to get into is start reading and learning history for themselves from reputable places than being spoon-fed what to believe. Like all these facts on that someone just pointed out some of those facts earlier about rape and stuff like that. While they're going around saying rape culture and everything else, like 4 out of 5 women are raped on college or different things along that line. It's like, nope, that ain't true. That's been debunked. Well, what else is anybody going to add to this cyber violence?
Currently being debunked now because I was told to fuck off.
Oh.
Because I was saying Irish were treated worse than slaves because they were, and it's historical, and somebody's saying, nope.
Well, they need to also look up how many white people were actually they came over. They didn't have money to come over, so they became what do they call that?
Indentured servants.
Indentured servants.
Here's the thing about that. People like to make it sound like, oh, indentured servant just meant they had to work it off, and it was totally fine. No, indentured servant basically meant they were a slave for a certain amount of time. So basically, the people who owned them didn't have to worry about them dying because they were going to leave eventually. So they treated them like garbage. They treated the slaves like livestock. You don't want your livestock to die.
Yeah, and oftentimes the indentured servants wouldn't actually get freed. And they just treat them badly. They wouldn't let them go.
Mm.
But
Also,
people
they were kidnapped.
People, well, also they think, well, we look at America and think, oh, we had, if you look at the numbers, actual numbers, because they actually have logs on how many people they took over from Africa to the Americas, North and South America. And even if you go to the History Channel and everywhere else, there was only something like 500,000 in North America, brought to North America. That's America and Canada together. And people, I mean, when you listen to some people, they act like it's millions upon millions. I'm not trying to make any excuse or anything, but it was bad. But still, it wasn't like millions upon millions of slaves brought over to United States here. That's where I tell people they really need to read and learn for themselves instead of being spoon-fed.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Hey, Gary, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Would you like to say something offensive about Jews?
I can't really hear you two. Let me open this oven door.
Okay.
Open the oven door.
yeah,
From the
is that
inside.
what you said? Open the oven door? That's usual. How about come into my showers?
Well, I wouldn't be able to hear him any better in a shower. Come on.
Oh my gosh, there's so many millennials sitting there saying that the Holocaust was made up.
What?
And they only rounded it up to Jews because there was a sickness and flu going through. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh yeah, the typhoid claim. It's like, did you read about the that they found more showers at I forgot which one it was. They were unused, but they also found more bodies, like thousands more. It's like,
There was this one weird clickbait link on that was like one of those like handful of links that appear at like the bottom of IGN articles with weird stuff like this woman has a penis but you'll never guess where. It was this thing where it's like these people found this hole in the woods, you'll never believe what happened next. And so I clicked on it and it was like a series of slides so they could have ads on each thing.
oh yeah, they
They
always
go
do
down in this weird tunnel and they find all this weird stuff and it was creepy. It was like, when are they going to find Hitler? Because he's like down there, he's like laughing. Haha, they'll never find me because of the water. Or something.
Yeah, isn't Hitler and Tupac and Elvis all hanging out?
Yeah.
Actually, they're all living in Brazil, and
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
helped Brazil win the World Cup.
I
I
thought it
wasn't
was
paying attention,
Argentina.
so I don't know if it was true or not.
I thought
Brazil,
it was
Argentina.
though.
I remember years ago that I think it was the Inquirer said that Elvis was coming back and he was going to perform at the Super Bowl.
I don't know how many times they've done that.
I mean, if Elvis was going to come back, that'd be the time to do it, right? Just
I think so.
There are no Irish people now because the English ate them all. I agree.
well, we know about those cannibalistic English people.
No, the English seriously still hate Irish people even today.
And it's vice versa. It's
Yeah.
Well, they hate them for good. Like the Irish hate the English for good reason because the English hate the Irish.
Hey
They
guys,
tried to kill a bunch of them, and they did. They killed a bunch of them and sold them into indentured service slavitude. And yeah, they sold them for a sack of potatoes.
I got a message. This was just delivered to the UN. Okay. It's like, yes, hello, UN. Yeah, I can't handle the bants on the internet. No, not even a little. I'm actually a man. Click. Hello? Hello? All right, and then he called back. Hello, you in? Yes, we got disconnected. My name is Peter. Peter Coffin. Yes, right in the balls. Plastic? Actually, she's realistic polymer.
I don't even understand anything anymore.
Well, you know, Peter Coffin can't handle the bants.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, did you get my direct message about if you wanted to do a voice for that thingy?
I did, and I would.
Sock said she'd do one.
I
If
want
she
to do
doesn't-
Randy Harper.
What? Okay, that's fine. For
Okay,
those
because
who don't
y'all
understand
want to hear a preview of the Randy Harper voice?
Please.
Okay. Yeah, what's going on there?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna destroy all the men there. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what right now. I'm tired.
Okay,
You know
to
what, Prime Man? Oh wait, this Carl. That's all right.
explain what we're talking about for no reason right now, I decided to start writing like a script thing for like a parody of what happened when Anita, Zoe, and Randy went to Google and talked with them. And so it's like it's going to be like a stream where there's people playing each character, and we read stuff off of the script I wrote along with improvising. I wanted to get Socks to do a voice, and she said she'd be willing to, and then now we have Optimus. I want to do a voice, and then Darkstar, who is a person who appears in the Hug Patrol streams a lot, I want him to do a voice. I think he'll be willing to do it. I also want to see if Rachel Edwards at Naughty Nerdist on Twitter with a underscore in between Naughty and Nerdist would do one, and she said, "I'm busy, but I'd like to if you do it another time." And I'm like, "Oh, sure." I don't know. I also want to know if Allison Tiemann wants to do a voice, but she hasn't really gotten back to me. So yeah, if we can't get all of the people I want, then whoever wants to do it is welcome to do it.
We'll find
That's
some people.
that.
No, wait a minute. I follow Optimus Deadpool. I was like wondering who you were. I just looked over in chat and seen your full name, and this says Optimus on the screen here.
Yeah. That's my legal name. No, it isn't.
Autobots roll out.
I don't know whether your
It's
parents
too bad.
loved you or hated you more.
You know, it's too bad Leigh Alexander didn't go to this little get-together at Google Ideas, because I got a good Leigh Alexander impression.
I want to know how upset Brianna Wu was about it not being like invited. They're like, no, you just make video games. Shut up.
Video
Like,
games.
I don't make video games.
So
So
what
y'all
are-
want to hear the Leigh Alexander impression? Cause,
Sure.
okay.
Even
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna go right above. Okay. Misogynism. What am I talking about again?
You gotta have chugging interspersed between certain.
Excuse me. What? You don't tell me.
Sounds like you just farted.
What? I said, all right, I'm gonna go and write some misogyny article thing, and
Here, let's give everyone a preview of what it would be like. So, pick a line, or pick a character that you see on here, and then read it. I'm going to read Google Rap. Ready?
Okay.
Oh. Welcome to Google Ideas, ladies and non-lady identifying persons. I know you all have lots of ideas on how to stop online harassment.
of women.
Oh, yes, of course. Let me read that one.
Should there be a Mr. Slave?
Fine, I'll read it. Linda,
Men don't experience harassment.
shut up. Do that. Anyways, you're all expert at dealing with online harassment.
The preferred term is cyber violence.
Yes, of course.
You talked enough.
That's very true. They're both triggering me.
What? Wait a minute. Why isn't either the one who's reasonable in that one? That situation.
Well, because she wants to talk about herself. Let's see. What did I say?
You sound like the page off of 30 Rock.
Oh yeah. Anyways. What?
I like how you've got like Randy like constantly yelling. That's perfect.
No, everyone yells. I meant to do. That's how you write scripts. But I
Oh.
didn't. I screwed up with Anita and what she said.
Oh.
So stop calling me out, bitch. Anyways, that's not even literally how you write scripts. I'm doing it wrong because I forgot. It's been a while since I've written anything. So oppressed.
What? You need more cyber violence to make you do it right.
Well, the cyber violence hadn't become a thing yet.
Oh.
You need to bring in Blood Ninja if we're going to do anything on cyber violence. Cyber violence must be some new type of kink he made up.
Kinky beta.
So
Kink
what's this I keep on
made
reading
up.
about? What's this I keep on reading about that they want more gays in video games? I don't. What are they? I don't understand what they're.
You mean more gay characters or more gay people in the studios?
Or gay sex.
Knowing them,
I'm like thinking,
knowing
why do you
them
want to
is
put
more likely
video
than
games?
not
Why
gay
they need
characters.
gay? What they're gonna? What's the point?
They care more about fiction than real life people.
Yeah.
That's been one of the few consistent things about them.
Yeah, but if they put a gay character in there, don't you expect? I mean, you wouldn't know the person was gay unless they want to put cut scenes where they're.
They want more gay sex. Like,
Could
gay
be.
character is like, hey, everybody, I'm a player character. Watch me blow some guy. And it's like, hey, watch me do this in my butts.
I think they probably just want, to show gay people flirting. Because they somehow think that we live in a world where people somehow hate each other. The 1960s.
Well, there was that one amazing game that was just full of gay characters. That one where you went around and shot the people who were trying to rape you.
Every single game ever?
No, that one where they tried to. It was the gay one, and Milo ended up doing a review of it.
You're going to have to
That
be
was
more
a
specific.
great game.
Dragon Age?
No! It was like a bunch of gay naked
Postal.
guys in this place, and they were trying to rape the character, and you had to shoot him. And we were like, this is disgusting. They should have let the gay man rape him. That's terrible. This should have been a dating sim.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Just look it up. Just look up gay rapist and see what happens.
Gay rapist games.
A gay rapist, Milo Yiannopoulos.
Why do I hang out with you people?
Because you're in love with me and I'm in love with you, but we can't tell anyone because this is secret. Shh, don't say anything.
Well, it's out on the internet now. Good job.
I'm secretly your waifu and you're my waifu. Hey, somebody ask that woman at the UN, because she has a Twitter account, ask her who's her waifu.
Yeah.
I almost
I'll do
did,
it.
and I didn't.
I'll do it. What's her handle? Is it @UN_women?
Yep.
No, it's actually her name. I don't want to say it on the stream just so I can't be targeted somehow for being a naughty baby. But just look up the person's name in the Time article. Let me
Nah,
find it.
I'm just gonna ask UN women.
But they won't answer because misogyny. Let me find her name.
All right.
I'm
Well,
gonna
I
put it in-
pointed out to UN women. I said, when you guys gonna start talking about, like I said before, about the abuses in Saudi Arabia, and
They love that abuse. It's the best.
Yeah, wasn't
That's
it? Wasn't it today? Like Saudi Arabia sits on the Human Rights Council, and
yep,
like today they beheaded and crucified some guy.
Yep.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah,
Every
they,
day we keep on crucifying.
but no one wants to say anything to them because they have money.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, they got all that sweet Earl.
That's why the Jews want to destroy them. Because they have money and they want the money.
They want all them shekels, man.
We don't want to destroy them. We want them to be our slaves. So they
No,
give
you want
all
to
our
drink the
money.
blood of their children.
Oh, that's right. No, that's Christians.
No, the Jews do that, and then some Christians are like, hey, the Jews might be drinking baby blood. We want the baby blood. And then there's the whole circumcision thing, which gives everyone syphilis.
Uh,
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, I
happened.
was on Amazon, and I found this like practice baby circumcision kit, and I'm like, this doesn't seem like a fun sex toy.
Why would it be on Amazon?
Because Amazon has everything.
That's a little bit disheartening, honestly.
Guess what? This weaponized boner bought me a dildo.
Really?
Yes, I
Did-
showed it earlier in the stream.
Did he buy you the clear one that you liked so good?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did he buy him the? Did he buy the dragon dildo?
No, that's expensive.
Oh.
Are you going to take said dildo and put it up the dragon butthole?
Yes.
Good.
I'm gonna need to figure out some lube to do it with.
Just little spit and chicken wire. It's fine.
Ew! This is supposed to be for science.
Look, I'll have you know we went to the damn moon on spit and chicken wire. Don't you start with me.
We went to the moon on dildos.
There weren't no dildos back then. They weren't invented yet.
Dildos are literally what the space program was.
I
Pretty
think they've
sure
been
there's
around.
dildos from the Stone Age, like sticks. and
Yes, they have found many of them. There's actual articles online where they found stone ones and old wooden ones.
Those
That
are
could
actually
not have been pleasant.
those are actually rocket ships.
Yeah. They were models.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were models left from when the aliens visited, and they just wanted to show off.
I bet you one of you has a Shenron shaped one gripping three witches.
Oh, speaking of, since we're talking about like weird shit,
No, we're not. We never talk about weird shit. What are you talking about?
well, okay, yeah, perfectly normal chat. I read I came across an article yesterday of a gentleman was in a horse stable
Okay.
and he had
I've
indecent
seen this
liberties.
video.
He had indecent liberties with the horse.
I saw that video.
And as he was having indecent liberties, apparently he was heard screaming the name Rainbow Dash.
Wait, seriously?
Seriously.
Oh my.
Was it Mr. Hands?
Are you sure it wasn't a teenage girl?
No, it was a guy and a equine.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Apparently that happens a lot, especially in Germany. Uh-oh! They actually have animal brothels there. I told
What?
that to Gentleman Mole once, who's German, and he's like, what? What? Because he's German, and that's what they sound like when I say what.
Mhm. Did he freak
Don't
out?
tell him about this stream, he'll be very offended. No, he won't. Anyways.
That's right, Mr. Hat. The Vietnam War was icky and sticky.
Oh my.
Oh my!
Oh my. Hey, so who here has heard of Dr. McNinja?
I
I've
have.
heard Dr. Ninja. He's pretty cool. That's
Yeah,
pretty
I bought
pretty
the
cool.
omnibus of the comic, and then I bought like the first colored version of it.
Mhm.
Colored, it's black. No,
Oh no!
I bought it a long time ago, like the first collection of it where they started doing coloring, and it was like $5 or $1 on Amazon. I'm like, I'm gonna buy it, see what happens. I liked it, and I finally bought the omnibus. I've been reading it lately at night.
Nice. Yeah, he
That's
had
the most normal thing I've said in the stream.
it.
So yeah.
Ah.
Oh, since Optimus is here, but Frufru isn't here, we would like. Oh, well, I would like. I don't know if Optimus wants to. And I would like to announce that I'm going to try to do a Dead Comic Book Readers Talking stream on the Hug Patrol channel with Optimus and Frufru. I never know how to say his name. You'll find out eventually, everyone. So yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Be fun.
And we'll have more guests than Dead Gamers Talking has. Just me and Lion, a bunch of pussies. Where are you? I should be in every episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shit posting like a whore in church. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you telling me how to run my show again?
No, it's Sox's show. What are you talking about?
Might explain this again. I see.
Hmm.
I came up with the concept for the show. I'm the one that pulled everybody together to do the show. Sox just hosted on her channel. Yep. So.
So it's her show.
Mm,
Am I threatening your fragile masculinity?
yes.
Is this cyber violence?
And besides, as it stands right now, it is dead gamer talking because Sox has no computer. I don't know where Remy is, and Fewer went to go get married or something. I don't know.
Why would he do that?
Well, he said something. He was going to a wedding. We pretty much
He
say he's
wants
going
to marry me.
He's going to go marry Quebec. We think.
Oh, did everyone hear about how I married Derek Smart?
You married Derek Smart.
Yeah, there's photos
wow.
and everything.
But what will Randy Harper think?
Oh, she'll think you're naughty thoughts.
Oh
See, I
no.
wish that Otter and that black man that I tried to ban from Twitter would get in my bed and make me feel naughty. The best. So I'm gonna find the pictures and share them with everyone. It'll be best waifu.
That's true.
I should be going and peeing, but I'm not. I'm just gonna be here while I need to pee.
Pope Francis lays hands on ailing U.S. infrastructure.
It was so stupid that Pope Francis talked in front of Congress. It's like, why aren't you talking about Jesus?
Oh, Onion, you're so funny.
Pope Francis should have said in front of Congress, "Y'all need a good wife."
No one just showed up. I want somebody one day to have a joint session with Congress and just go up there and just be like, "Your waifu is shit."
Well, everyone knows that Pope Francis' waifu is Mary, obviously.
So I heard that apparently there's a neckbeard waifu.
Really?
Neckbeard Dakimura. But someone told me at the anime club.
That sounds terrible.
So this is our wedding photo, and he actually saw it and
Old Dakimura.
talked about how it was blowing his mind.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought that was.
What am I gonna say to my wife?
I thought that was Michael Dorn.
Nope.
You see that?
Oh my
He does have a resemblance to Michael Dorn, now that I think about it.
I posted a link to that.
Captain, shall I rip off his head? No need, Wolf. No
What
need.
a lovely family.
Indeed.
We already had a bunch of children.
Take a look at the chat.
No, don't tell me what to do.
Where's Derek's side of the family? It looks like it's just your side of the family. Like,
Yeah, who knows?
Did
Ew,
they
I don't like this.
at the wedding?
Share it.
It's the neckbeard Dakimakura. However the hell you pronounce that.
Milady.
A lady.
Ew, he's wearing socks. You're not supposed to wear socks in bed.
He's a neckbeard. He's also tipping his fedora with Doritos and Mountain Dew.
but he's got that rose though that makes it romantic.
The rose makes it erotic.
Where's his katana, though?
Beep, beep. Beep,
He needs a
beep.
katana.
He has a dead body.
Yeah, he does.
He actually has nice legs. They're not super fat. That's nice.
He's
That's
been
a-
working legs, you know. He's
This is
been
weird.
going leg days.
Who drew this?
It was being sold at a Japanese anime convention.
Oh gosh.
It's not a Japanese man.
It was being sold at a Japanese anime convention.
Maybe Japanese people are sexually attracted to fat men that are white.
You do realize that otaku culture was invented by Japan, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yummy.
That they have a whole huge culture beyond what we have in the U.S. featuring, these kind of stereotypes.
Sure.
They literally have their own, the people who draw the anime, they literally have some of them draw entire animes featuring neckbeards lusting after prepubescent girls.
That's good. So, off topic, Winston Bogart is like, the IRA run Ireland now, and it is a peaceful haven where there are no slaves, and the IRA have never blown up or buried people alive. I just want to read that because I love it.
Yeah, it never happened.
Never ever.
This Winston
No,
Bogart
not
guy
the
is not
IRA.
listening.
The IRA.
So when you work a job,
IRA.
so when you work a job and put money in your IRA, it actually goes to the IRA.
Sure. The biggest conspiracy in history.
That is a really good conspiracy.
It sure is.
Conspiracy.
Sean Connery is not Irish. Oh, what?
I thought Sean Connery was just drunk.
What did you say about me?
He's Scottish.
Don't you talk about me Captain of the Red October.
Now you just sound like Bane.
Bane?
Oh yeah, I can do Bane. Yeah.
I thought you said babe, and I'm like, that pig needs to get
Bane.
baconed.
Tell me this, Batman.
No!
Riddle me this and riddle me that.
Are we
No.
Vader?
Terrible. I hated it. My brother, who's like in love with Christopher Nolan and thinks he's possibly the second coming of Jesus, which is confusing because my brother is like a theology nerd and should know that Christopher Nolan is clearly not the second coming of Jesus, because he doesn't really follow any of the, anyways. So he's like, oh, it's Christopher Nolan's amazing. So after I see the third Batman movie, I'm like, that movie was so stupid. And everybody's like, no, it's not. It's amazing. It made so much sense. I'm like, no, it didn't. It's like, no, it totally does. It made so much sense. I love it.
It really
Like,
didn't make any sense.
Well,
Like,
Inception
why,
was
why did Batman retire for like 10 years? I don't understand what's
because he's
going
stupid. But
Why is
like,
he
I'm
not-
like, well, Inception is shit too. It doesn't even. It's not even real dreams. It's like fake James Bond. Look at this. I don't even know what a dream is. And everybody's like, that's not a good excuse to say the movie's bad. I'm like, fuck you.
They tried something
Real
new, and it
Well,
didn't
real-
enter popular culture.
It wasn't new. There was already a movie with Dennis Quaid that used the same concepts.
Dream within a dream within a dream within a dream.
Did you say 4 dreams?
Yes.
That didn't happen.
on. But it did, though.
Wait,
Also,
they
most of
actually
my-
went to a 4th dream?
I don't know.
I forgot that movie because it was so stupid and boring.
I thought they only went to a third dream.
I thought they went one layer below that.
Who cares?
Also, I finally watched Guardians of the Galaxy. That was pretty good.
How did it take you this long?
Because I don't have money. I had to wait for it to come out.
Could've
on-
just
haven't watched it
like
either.
everyone else does. I don't.
You know, there's this wonderful invention called torrenting.
Yeah,
There's
I've
a
heard.
wonderful invention called stealing somebody's Blu-ray when they're watching their DVD.
There's an invention called Von Live TV.
There's an invention called going to your neighbor's house and
Is it
getting
on
naked
Netflix
and
yet?
taking a bath and then stealing their
Probably
Blu-rays.
watch it on Netflix.
What,
I don't know if
Guardians?
it's on Netflix yet.
It might be. I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm gonna get a Roku so I can watch the new season of Black Mirror. That's gonna be good.
Of Black what?
Black
Beard.
Mirror?
Black beer?
No,
Beard. The pirate.
Mirror.
Yarr.
Beer? What's that pirate show?
No, Black Mirror is
Black Mirror. Okay.
yeah. Black Mirror.
Optimus pretended that you said beard, and I was like, fuck you.
You gotta admit, my idea was better.
No, it's not. Isn't there a show called Blackbeard?
They had a documentary on them.
I believe there
PBS.
was something about him. Yeah.
There's a couple pirate shows, and nobody liked them.
Yeah, there's one called Black Sails or something.
Black Sails, yeah, there.
Why did they have to cancel Firefly?
Why would you say that now, of old times? Stop it. They're doing comic book continuations. It's very slow, and it's not like the Buffy ones, but they're doing it. They're giving you what you want, you little baby.
Well, some of the best shows I've ever watched are like broadcast like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like, why? These shows are so great.
No one broadcasts anything at 1 o'clock in the morning.
A long time ago they did.
How long ago? When they first invented television?
No.
Yeah.
No, they used to always do kung fu theater in the middle of the night too.
That's because they know that people who don't care about what they're watching will watch things then. It's for all the weeboos. Like, this is our weeboo segment of programming at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
For every pirate show, there are 15 ninja shows. Name one ninja show, and it can't be Arrow because that's not a ninja show. That's a Mary Sue show. Look at me, I'm going to have sexual relationships, or not sexual relationships, but romantic relationships with every superhero they've introduced so far. Surprised she hasn't gone lesbo.
Oh.
Disturbing that character has gotten into weird relationships with everyone, even the Flash.
Oh yeah.
Cyber violence, I tells ya. Speaking of Arrow, the star of the show was cyber violence when he said, "Hey, Texas isn't bad."
Yeah, I heard that.
Fuck that. Texas is evil. How dare you defend it? All of Texas went and murdered that Ahmed kid. That's why he was invited to the White House.
Remember, that was liberal policies put in school that got him.
Look, anything that can help end some semblance of zero tolerance, I'll support. Because right now we're in the beyond retardation stage.
Wait, was zero tolerance zero tolerance introduced by liberals with
It was
It was kind of
But
bipartisan.
Army men,
it
pizza.
was after Columbine. I don't know who was pushing for it specifically. But yeah, I don't, the when is right after Columbine.
Because it
Yeah.
specifically, pretty much mostly targets males.
I used to go to school. We used to wear long trench coats, black. We used to wear army boots. We used to wear the anchor chains. Never even got in trouble. I even went in school once a couple different times with a logging chain on my pants. Big, huge, fat chain that must have weighed at least 15 pounds.
Yeah. I was forced to leave behind at the airport this big bike chain that I was wearing on my pants because I wanted to. And they're like, "You can't take that on board. You might blow up the plane with it." They didn't say that, but it was like, "You can't take that on board." And I was like, "Damn it."
Like, what? Did they point to a rule that says that you can't take a chain?
Yeah, you can't take a big bike chain that you're wearing on your body.
That's an awfully specific rule.
Well,
Nor-
it was
nor
like
bottled
anything
water.
like, it was weird, but that was actually, I think, within the U.S. or possibly Japan. I can't remember where it was. It wasn't in the Philippines, though, because in the Philippines one time, when we were leaving, because I used to live in the Philippines most of my life, we were leaving for the summer, and they're like, "Do you have any weapons in your bag?" And I was like, "Well, my GameCube has a sandal on it, and you could use that as a weapon. Anything could be weapons." And they're like, kind of looked at me like, "What?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah, hand comb, anything.
In the U.S., I would have been thrown in prison for saying that.
Pin. I mean,
In the U.S., when they asked me if I had anything flammable, I thought, everything's flammable.
my
I
clothes
said,
are
everything
flammable.
can be flammable.
You
I
knew
give me
what
a
they
blank
meant, smart
look.
ass.
And then said, clarified, salt, like compressed air,
Like a dog's head?
something that specifically can cause a big explosion fire.
Yeah, they always have the little graph where it shows these things, like a bomb is not allowed on board. Please store your bomb in your bag.
Yeah.
And like no knives or flamethrowers. Keep that at home. Wait for when the government tries to oppress you.
Remember, you can't even have like decorations of pictures of guns and stuff on items like purses, like little. I mean, they showed where people just had like little emblems of guns and things on.
They wouldn't let you bring that on the plane?
Nope.
You might use magic and make it become real.
Yeah. You're Pym and you like make things grow. You know? You're Ant-Man.
So no, I actually wrote my politician here in my state and sent him some 12 articles where children were being suspended and kicked out of school for army men little green army men and pizza-shaped guns.
And farting too loudly.
I mean, just the whole 9 yards. It's
Sorry.
like, and it's kind of
That
funny
fart
because
could have made the school explode.
my parents and stuff grew up in school doing target practice and archery. I'm like, what happened to American society to
Aside from people who think all kids are violent sociopaths who will kill people without a second
No,
thought.
they mostly think that about males. They don't think that about female kids.
When I've
Never
heard of
heard
it, they don't
anything
really
about
clarify male or female. It's just
Yeah,
I've always heard of
well,
it.
you know, that's what they're
I
talking about.
get what you're saying. I'm just paraphrasing them. So
Okay.
I have noticed that after this recent Texas thing with the clock and all shit and bullshit, the main groups that were trying to defend the actions of the police in cuffing him and saying that, you should be suspended because, it was half of a bomb. Because, it's not like anything else is half of a bomb. Like a pile of manure is half a bomb. A pea is half of a bomb. But I digress.
They didn't even think it was actually a bomb. They just thought it was supposed to look like a bomb.
Well, his sister, they said his sister was suspended.
Yeah, 3 years before.
Defense contractors are the ones that were primarily trying to defend the decision of the school and the police, which kind of confuses me. Why the hell would defense contractors try to defend this idiocy?
Well, I didn't hear anything like that, but I was talking to my mom about it, and she's like, "Well, I heard they were doing it because they were trying to go after the governor of somebody, whoever said no Sharia law in this place."
Oh, Sharia law.
Yeah,
The governor of the city where that school's located in has made statements along those lines. There's some people panic that Sharia law is imminent, and I think that's just kind of a far out there.
Not too long ago, Hillary Clinton was basically saying, "Hey, Sharia law sounds like a good idea."
They're trying to pass it up there in Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan.
Well, of course, that's like the hub.
The sheriff up there, I think they said, is trying to enforce it too for them. A white sheriff. He was not even Muslim but that he's gonna. I was like, it's not. No, it goes against our Constitution because the Constitution says the United States does not bow down to any other laws above it. There's no other laws above.
Yep. Like when Ben Carson said that he wouldn't be supportive of a Muslim as president, when he clarified his comments after people said that's super racist. Yeah, it's super racist because there's white Muslims too. What? Anyways, what he ended up he clarified it by saying that if it was a Muslim who didn't believe in Sharia law, then that's a different story. But being Muslim, that's kind of a thing that you're expected to think.
Well,
essentially saying if he puts Sharia law above the Constitution, then they shouldn't be allowed to be president. Is what
in the Middle East, it's kind of, in some places, if you don't worship Sharia law, they kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're lucky, in some places, they just ostracize you. Your parents will disown you, and you'll be left homeless if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So I always point out the fact I don't see any moderate people really posting much of anything against Sharia law or against.
I have no idea why anyone cares about Sharia law. Why don't?
It's dangerous.
Yes, but North Korean law is dangerous. But we don't live in North Korea. Why do people worry about it?
Korea's law?
There's only
Because
like 1.5 million Muslims, or supposedly.
What?
There's groups.
Okay, let's be fair. There are Muslims who don't believe in a lot of that stuff, and they kind of just are moderate Muslims. But to also be fair, a lot of them, there are some who will speak out, but a lot of them just don't say anything about any of this because they don't want other Muslims to be like, "That's bad. You should not do this," and other people are like, "That's bad." I don't know.
We already
trying to be
had
fair.
dozens of people in America decapitated.
Well, like there was the one situation where this one woman, there's one Muslim guy, I think it was a Muslim guy, cut off, like it was honor killing, cut off his daughter's head or something.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried to say, well, Sharia law says it's okay, and the judge was like,
Sharia.
oh, maybe. I don't care. I don't care how it's pronounced.
Then
I like
pronounce
that
it by
they're
its honorary name, Arby's.
Arby's law is best law. No,
Yeah.
they basically. I think the judge was actually. I can't remember what happened. It was something weird where like the judge was almost like saying, "Okay, let's let it slide this time."
I think I recall reading about that.
It was really weird, and a lot of people didn't talk about it because of my narrative. But yeah, there's things like that go on. Like there's stuff like that going on in Canada with honor killings. It's weird and dangerous, and if it's not actually part of Islam, which
It's
kind of
the dogma. It's
obvious,
basically
but-
man-made law that they attached along that the imams and
yeah,
other people.
It's an
They're
extension of
yeah.
their belief system.
They're even starting to, I think, test out Shurburba Arby's laws courts in England.
Yeah, they've had courts like that for a while.
And which is the Muslim? Is it Thailand or Indonesia? I always get them confused. Which is the Muslim country in Asia? Well, anyways, whichever one. They have like separate courts for like the non-Muslims and the Muslims. Like it's just bizarre.
Indonesia tries the secular approach, and they, and the other way for
Yeah,
But-
it's a massively complicated situation, and when people go, "My Islamophobia," it's like, no, it's basically like cyber violence.
It's kind of like this guy I know one time said, he was talking about like, what do you call it? You talk about like Islamophobia and stuff like that, and talking about prejudice and whatnot. And he said, "Yeah, I'm prejudiced. I really don't like being killed."
Yeah.
I have a real problem with people trying to kill me. That's my prejudice.
I said that once in school, and it was a current events class, and the teacher asked, "I hope no one of you is racist." And I raised my hand, and the whole class went quiet. I said, "Yeah, I'm racist. All my friends are black."
Yeah, I don't like being friends with white people.
And then it was like it took them a long time to get that. And I was like, one person in class was like, "Oh, I get it now." Everybody started laughing.
Yeah, so many of these situations are just so complicated, but then they become a political thing, and then it becomes, let's make it super easy, a talking point, a word, a buzzword that you can say to shut down the conversation.
Oh yeah.
That's basically what they want to do. They want to shut down conversation of anything, of facts being pointed out, and skewed data and information.
And now it's bleeding into, well, not yet, but you never know. But with the UN thing, it's like bleeding into, like, people are saying things that I don't like on the internet, and they need to be punished. And we need to regulate the internet and make the internet safe.
There was something in that write-up, I really need to get a hold of the whole thing and just read through it, where it's actually said that they want to require people to have a certificate to be able to post stuff online.
Well,
See,
it's like
that's where
companies
they
have to
wanna-
be required to, a company can't keep working on the internet unless they do certain things and are constantly making sure that people aren't on there that are being mean and rude.
See,
Hey, Optimus.
Yes.
Here it is. In the link to.
Oh, I was going to point out, remember, does anybody remember when Philadelphia was going to start charging bloggers? They wanted all bloggers and anybody who posted any kind of blog or anything like that on the internet to pay tax.
I think I remember something like that.
That happened because some girl had some Google ads on there or something. She made a couple dollars or something, and then they wanted to go after people for tax money for all that.
It's so stupid.
See,
Wow.
that's what they want to do. They want to regulate the internet, and they want to make people pay for content. That's America. Anything and anything you do, they want to tax it.
That's not necessarily America. That's generally anywhere that has systems in place where they need lots of extra money, and they can't just pull it out of their butts.
Well, that's the problem. We're spending more. Well, we're taking in all this tax money, but you look around. I constantly keep on saving news articles of where agencies in the government are missing money, millions and billions each time. Just like when Hillary was at the State Department, she ended up missing $6 billion of money. They don't know where it went. Before 9/11, Rumsfeld came out in the news said that the Pentagon was missing something like 2.8 trillion, plus another department was missing a trillion something too, or around there. $1 trillion. They don't know where it went. We lost money in Iraq. They were flying pilot
money in the government. I'm going to get some controversy here. So yeah, Planned Parenthood. Do they really need the government giving them money?
No.
Yeah. Okay, but then there's this issue. They're not the biggest healthcare provider for women in the U.S. It's local places.
Yeah.
Local health places. Those places could use more money.
But I don't think places like it's taxpayer money. I don't think, why don't they just open a GoFundMe account? If liberals are so adamant about supporting them, why don't they open up then making taxpayers money go to that? Plus, also, I don't like the fact that they're getting taxpayer money and they're giving out, they have lobbyists
that makes money, and they're doing the whole selling of baby parts.
Well, besides that, they're giving out money to they have lobbyists lobbying Washington, and they're giving out they're giving campaign donations to politicians.
Yeah, but besides all that, like they can't. Planned Parenthood has so much support from people like celebrities who have plenty of money, and then there's this whole it was so weird. It's like bull for abortions, where people would go bullying and you could give them money to go to Planned Parenthood or something. It's like, why does the government need to keep wasting money on this? They should be giving it to places that actually help women that do things besides just abortion.
Well, besides that, when you get into the actual numbers and stuff like that, only 50% of the money that was actually promised to Haiti got to them. Only 50%.
Yep.
And the other thing that really bothers me is, too, when you start looking at all these agencies and societies, I was going to point out like the American Red Cross, Susan G. Komen for cancer. If you look at, I went to the Better Business Bureau to check out some of these, and they spend $250 million a year on operation fees.
Mm-hmm.
Just, advertisement. They're just middlemen. They don't do anything. They're just middlemen.
Yeah, an example like Autism Speaks spends the majority of its money on advertising and paying the people who work at Autism Speaks. They don't really do anything.
That's what happens with a lot of nonprofits.
Exactly.
They spend more time. I read a good article about that the logistics of how they use money, and they spend more time perpetuating their own existence than they actually do helping anyone.
Exactly like what Feminist Frequency does.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where you go back. Well, they said that. You ever seen that the Honest Political ad with Phil? What's his name? Phil Brightman or something?
I gotta get ready for bed, guys. Talk to you later.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night.
We'll kill some dudes.
I'll hurry up and make this point. South Dakota was going to ban cigarettes because they said it causes more health problems, more deaths, and the cost of medical care towards people in that. And the guy came back an hour later after they voted on it and said the bill was shot down. And he said he found out from other people who shot it down, and it wasn't the tobacco industry. It was the American Heart Society, the Cancer Society, American Lung Society, a couple nurses groups and everything shot it down. And they were like wondering why. Well, if you shut down, smoking, if you stop people from smoking, those organizations are out of money then.
Yeah.
And so, they're basically fighting, they're middlemen fighting for your people's money, the same way I try to tell people Wall Street is. They don't actually produce or do anything. They take your money and gamble with it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I started looking into that when my brother was telling me back in the 90s when the stock market, well, it was 2000, that he lost 50% of his IRA when the economy started going bad. And he told me so far 4 different times he's lost a large chunk of money out of his IRA. And that money goes into Wall Street, which people gamble on different things and companies. And it's not you or I to actually who are making really that money. They said they found out when the Wall Street collapsed that all that money that disappeared, millions and billions, it actually went to the top 1% of the people, got wealthier.
Oh, yeah. Hedge funds, all those guys. They
Oh, that's why I try to tell people, if you start, besides looking, when you're reading news articles and looking behind who these organizations and places and who funds them and stuff like that, and you start looking them up on the internet, you begin to realize, just like look at, what we have, over 20 now failed solar companies that the government gave hundreds of millions to.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's kind of technology that, I have to remember that a lot of the issues come down to technologies for batteries. You still have cell phones that have like unlimited charge because they still have not figured out a way to design a new type of battery that actually can hold a charge longer.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Well, they said eventually our whole home computer is going to be the size of a cell phone that we carry around with us. But getting back to pointing out stuff like the solar, the reason why I told people to look into it, because no one really thinks about it. You hear all the politicians say, we need to go to solar and get off all these fossil fuels, right? And I said, does anybody ever think about solar, how much it goes into? Most people don't think about you need steel, iron, copper, silver for silver solder, silicon, which comes from rocks, so you need all the rock grinders and the machines to mine that out of the ground to get the silicone. You need rubber for, the wiring and different things, so that comes from oil. And you start breaking down of all these people that make these in the factories, the cars they have to drive to and work to make these solar cells, the machines, the people that make the machines. When it comes down to solar panels, just for one solar panel, people don't realize the amount of energy and resources that get put into one. Because most people, like I said, they follow these ticker tape 5-minute soundbite things on TV that they hear from politicians and people saying, just continue to spread that, instead of looking into anything deeper or reading laws or reading what the UN, what the women said at the UN thing right there. He posted it in chat. But people don't want to take the time to read these, and it's people like us, even optimists and other people, that actually do sometimes sit down and read it and realize, hey, this is not what they're saying this bill is or trying to sell us.
Yeah, it's mostly nonsense. It's mostly people trying to create something or create like a panic that they can make money off of.
Well, look at the Violence Against Women Act. Remember that? And they said Republicans don't want it to go through and everything. But you looked at the bill, they did that deliberately, the Democrats did, because I even started looking at the bill. They tagged a lot of pork barrel projects onto that, too. Yeah. That's why if you know anything about voting on things, that we should do things, what they call line item veto, where they go through each section and say, hey, no, that don't belong in there. And that's the reason why there's so much money's being missing from government, and we're spending so much in debt. A lot of it is pork belly stuff that has nothing to do with the bill. Yet they were demonizing Republicans for not voting on it, even though we have laws protecting women against violence already. They want more and more and more.
Yeah, most of those laws have things in them that end up just causing more problems and hurting people. And they don't make a whole lot of sense, but they're helped put into place by people who need problems to keep existing in order to have a job to make money from.
You exactly nailed it on the head. Because if you look at that, something just popped in my head when I heard that bill first came out. Because a friend told me weeks before that you have to watch out for Washington because they try to pass these bills like Save the Puppy Fund. And the bill has nothing to do with puppies. It's just what they named it. Because they try to do it like in any argument. If you know about debating and stuff, what you try to do is invoke people's emotions into it. And that's how they try to do a lot of these things. That's why, you always hear there's a war on women and stuff like that.
Yeah, the war on women is being perpetuated by women who want a war to exist.
Basically.
I want to read what Winston Bogart wrote. He said, "I made a career out of cyber violence, and I don't even have to do anything. My name is Joshathan McInjosh." Anyways, I bet Optimus isn't going to come back. Last time he did that where he left and said, "I'll be back," he never came back. But, so, yeah, that's the thing.
No, that's basically it. People are looking... You look at how these people get into positions, they're basically using this stuff to launch themselves into other positions, into the UN, to get notoriety, to get fame, and everything else. I mean...
I think I'm going to read the Time article about this, where, like, when I tweeted about it on Twitter, I said that basically it's saying women are retarded. I'm going to find it and then read it on stream. That would be fun.
Go ahead.
I'm going to look for it. I can't remember where it is. Blah, blah, blah. I'm so pressed.
Isn't it in your history of your bookmarks? Isn't it in your history?
Probably, but I'm being stupid right now. Just a minute. All these tweets I haven't been able to respond to yet because I've been busy. Busy shit posting. Wow! I'm getting too many tweets. People are harassing me, and it's just so triggering.
Has anybody ever watched any videos from Dr. Random McCam?
Yes, I love that guy.
Yes.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Why do you mention him?
Well, I mention him because it really does help me, because my friend used to help me a lot. I used to talk to him, and he used to always point out things, the keywords in stories. Just like I always try to tell people, it's like they always, every other week or something, could cure cancer. And I was like, that's the key word, could. Maybe.
Could.
Yeah. It was like, yeah, I've been hearing that since, for the past 20 years. Could cure cancer. And yet we don't see anything major out curing cancer.
Yeah, scientific journalism is worse than video game journalism, or movie journalism, or any form of entertainment journalism. It's just terrible. Like, you go read on like some website and they don't even have a link to what they're talking about, and then they use a paper that no one even in the science community cares about. Like, that
actually ties in with video game journalism, where they will use stuff like that and then make up shit that it says.
Yeah, it's worse. I mean,
okay, but I found the article.
Okay.
So I will read it. Okay, scroll up. Oh, I'm scrolling and it's cyber violence. Okay. UN says cyber violence is equivalent to physical violence against women. 73% of women have experienced cyber violence, according to a new report. Cyber violence is just as damaging to women as physical violence, according to the new UN report, which warns women are growing even more vulnerable to cyber violence as more and more regions gain internet access. The report calls itself a wake-up call about cyber violence as a systematic concern, especially as technology is spreading across more regions. presented by UN Women and the UN Broadband Commission. The report estimates that 73% of women have endured cyber violence, and that women are 27 times more likely as men to be harassed online. They don't really have anything that they're using to prove that. In Europe, 9 million girls have already experienced some kind of cyber violence by the time they're 15, most likely because they were harassing each other on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
I'll throw in little comments while I read it. So
I've seen teenage
Go ahead.
girls go after each other online, man, in stories and news reports.
And then there's that mom who bullied that girl who went to her daughter's school into suicide, basically, by cyberbullying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that woman was actually a man. Anyway,
Yeah.
I will continue reading. Anita Sarkeesian, a gamer, but gamers are dead, and activist who has long it doesn't even say that she's a critic, has long agitated. What is AGITATED? What is that word? Agitated?
What?
Stupid. Who cares?
Well, why don't you post a news article, link it in chat there, and we can follow
I was
along.
doing so good.
Oh, there's many words. I find at least 1 or 2 words a day that I've never read before or heard or.
Anyways, agitated for more action against cyber violence, spoke at the launch of the new report titled Cyber Violence Against Women and Girls, a worldwide wake-up call. Oops. Stupid ads. That was cyber violence. The UN defines violence against women as any act of gender-based violence that results in, or is likely to result in, physical, sexual, or psychological harm or suffering to women, including threats of such acts. The report notes that cyber violence is an extension of that definition. That includes acts like trolling, hacking, spamming, and harassment. The report also argues that cyber touch is recognized as equally as harmful as physical touch, according to No Doctors, suggesting that online harassment might be just as lethal as domestic violence or sexual abuse. Dead is Dead says,
Might
I'm
be.
going to try to say her name, I'm just going to make it up. Fumzal Mabu Kukchuk, Under Secretary General of the UN and Executive Director of UN Women. Whether you are dead because your partner shot you, or beat you up, or you killed yourself because you couldn't bear cyberbullying, or you were exposed to many of the sites that led to people to suicide pacts, bottom line, we lose a life. Mamba Blow Kachuk explained that the report is intended to encourage governments to take action against cyberbullying, and that UN Women is committed to making sure those efforts are sustainable and enforceable. She said the 3 most important ways to combat cyber violence are sensitization. My mouth was being stupid. To the dangers, safeguards against harassment, and sanctions against those who perpetuate internet abuse. This is the 21st century. Challenge to the needs. Okay, start over. This is the 21st century. Challenge the needs to us to have new ways of reacting, she says. Still, 1 in 5 female internet users live in countries where law enforcement are extremely unlikely to respond to internet violence.
Okay, do you guys
Hello,
talk
police? I've been internet violence. Okay, thank you. That's great news. Bye.
Yeah.
But the police would actually have an understanding of what the internet is. Unlike what Randy Harper, Anita Sarkeesian, and Zoe Quinn have always stated, that police are retarded, and when you say internet, they don't know what is happening. It's like they're like cavemen. That is not true, because the police use the internet. Anyways.
Yes.
And only 26% of law enforcement agencies in the 86 countries surveyed are properly prepared to address the problem, because they need to get police forces ready to go to people's houses and turn off their computers for them.
Yeah.
Even with her position at the UN, Mablaba Chungkuk says it's been difficult to convince some people that this is a problem to take seriously. He recalled some resistance from imaginary industry leaders that she can't name, particularly in the gaming space, who seem to think that wasn't I added that.
That seem to think.
Who seem to think that cyber violence was not their problem. The attitude was like, this sells, this is a business, we make money off it. So what are you asking us for this profits? She said. This woman said to me, lady, you're so intense. Chill. Yeah, that never happened. That's why. Who in the industry who was in a position for her to talk to and who would actually have went, oh, I think you're not actually trolling me, would have said, lady, you are so intense, chill. Maybe Cliffy B or whatever, who that guy is, but he's stupid.
I think many of the people in the industry would be like, maybe if you did a little bit more programming than spending time online.
Yeah, people might actually give a shit.
Work. Yeah.
Okay, she emphasized that cyber violence exists on a continuum with physical violence, and that both problems are byproducts of a society that is inherently unequal for women. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just ate an In-N-Out burger, so yeah. Boop boop doop.
It came in and out.
Even if women don't end up dead, the Undersecretary General said, cyber violence can still drastically affect women's ability to participate in the modern world. With 450 million more women expected to come online in the next 3 years, more and more women are relying on the internet for educational and professional resources. Okay, now I'm going to say something here. When a woman opens up a computer and goes on the internet and reads a news article, a little pop-up window pops up, and it's like, hey, come chat with me. And then they're like, okay, and they're forced to. They can't, like, not do it. And then they say, hi, how are you? And they're like, fuck you, I'm going to drown you in blood. Like, oh, no. That's how it happens. That never happens with men, though. Men are never harassed like that and forced to experience it like that.
So I want to know what makes a difference. Why is it that you don't hear men really... you don't hear large groups of men complain about cyber violence or bullying or any of that.
Well, when they do, they are told that they have fragile masculinity and they should go cry more male tears for them to drink in their coffee. But they don't realize that they're telling them to go jerk off and then send them their sperm.
Yeah.
Run along with your mangina.
Okay, this has nothing to do with this, but I'm going to finish reading the article.
Go ahead.
But John Oliver, who's on the HBO show that's supposed to be like The Daily Show, he created a fake religion for some dumb reason to try to make a point, and he shut down his fake religion because a bunch of people sent them what looked to be jars of sperm, and so he was like very triggered by that, I guess, and said, "Oh, my fake religion, I have to stop." Anyways, okay, now to finish. If the internet isn't a safe place for them, Mabba Blue Chuck Bud added, they risk swearing off it altogether. If the woman is tormented, she may then decide that, I don't want to have anything to do with technology, she said, and then they'll go out into the woods and live there. No, that's not happening. That's not even in there. I'm on a stream, Mother.
Yeah, I'm going to turn this on right now.
No, you turn it on. Just push a button. That's Mother? Mother, you're being cyber violence.
Oh, I am not.
You guys cyber violence my mom right now.
I am not on any
Shut up!
cyber.
Ow! I'll fight you.
Stop yelling.
Oh my gosh.
I can hear everything you say.
I didn't say that was happening to me. What's wrong with you? Oh my gosh.
Cyber violence.
Mom, I want more Hot Pockets.
It doesn't stop, Mother.
You
ruined everything.
Shut up. How does this go off?
Stop. You're triggering me so much right now, you're going to have to kill yourself.
I'm doing what?
Suicide.
What am I doing to you right now?
Trigger me.
Triggering.
I am triggering
Cyber
you?
violence. Help!
Oh,
Help!
shut
Help!
up.
Help! Help! Jesus! Anyway,
Why don't you just
shut up.
Andrew, quit
I'm
talking
sorry.
to your mother like that.
No.
Do I need to call a crisis hotline for you?
Yes, call crisis hotline. Tell them that I'm bad and I should be put in prison.
Well, that'll work. Good night, everybody.
You've ruined everything,
No.
mother. That was my mother. Probably. We don't really know. It could have been someone else. Okay.
That's a lot of sass, man. That is a lot of sass.
Start over from the quote. If the woman is tormented, she may then decide that I don't want to have anything to do with technology. And like I said earlier, then she goes out into the woods and lives there forever. No. She said, to be disconnected from technology in the 21st century, it's like having your freedom disrupted. Your right to work. Your right to meet people. Your right to learn.
Wait a minute.
Freedom of speech.
If my whole question is that you're saying it's distracting their work or whatever, affecting their work, then why do they even care about the social side of?
Social media is the only place where this really happens, and by social media, I'm including comment sections. That's the only place. And if these people need to go on social media while they're supposed to be working, they have more issues.
Or I
Anyway,
can understand.
Let me read the last part.
Okay.
So if the woman becomes so intimidated and traumatized from the experiences they have, it's the whole world that will be lost to them for the rest of their life. Twitter is love. Twitter is life. No, that's not in there. Anyways. And that's
Might
it.
as well be in there.
I could see a South Park episode on this.
Cartman
Is
gets
AIA
triggered.
down? I don't know if it's down. Anyways, so that was my beautiful performance of being harassed by my mother.
Oh,
I
wait a
think
minute.
we lost half our audience because of all that.
Didn't they go to the UN too on South Park once before
They've probably gone to the UN many times.
about farting, men farting, and women?
I don't know.
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
the episode where like
The
they
Road
start
Warrior. I can do the Road Warrior.
Yeah, I knew Optimus wasn't going to come back. A little pussy bitch. Anyway,
That's
you found the article about that, about the semen and the John Oliver? Oh,
Yeah, Mega Church Flying Sea.
stupid. He just needs to go and be on Community for, like, another season, but they need to do a movie now.
Oh yeah,
He's in a movie.
we played
They're
that.
probably not
game.
going to do another season, even though they want them to, because everyone's like, I want more money. And that was a random tangent.
Isn't that the same reason why Heroes went off the air?
Heroes was garbage. That's why it went off the air. And
I
it's
thought it
still
was-
garbage.
I liked it.
What? Go ahead.
I liked Heroes.
It was kind of interesting at first, but then Brian Fuller, the guy behind Pushing Daisies and Hannibal and Wonderfalls, no one ever talks about Wonderfalls anymore. He was doing a lot of the heavy lifting within the show at the beginning, and then he left, and then the writer's strike happened, which really crippled the show. And the guy behind the show is apparently just known for not being that great of a writer. So he was just kind of flipping his dick around to comic book stories saying, and this is the one we're going to use for this story. And yeah. And then he was fired from the comic book store out of a cannon. No, that didn't happen. But he was bad.
Darn it.
But it was internationally successful for some reason because I guess like people in other countries are retarded. But they're like NBC's like we were so desperate, even though we have Grimm and other shows that are doing successful finally.
Grimm is
We should
awesome.
bring it back, and they didn't bring back anybody but Claire's dad and that stupid Asian guy. Yeah, I'm so bad.
Asians are stupid. What?
Yeah, it's not getting good reviews, and it just sounds really boring.
Did you ever hear about Asians being good at math?
They're not good at math. Their parents just beat them until they do well at math. No,
Basically.
that's kind of true.
Well, see,
quote
if
me.
you look at the numbers, actually, Asians make actually twice as much money on average as blacks do. They make like something on average medium incomes like $60K a year.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of those facts that I keep around. I was like, I couldn't believe it. But you don't hear anybody saying, Asian privilege or anything else like that.
No, but like then the Asians are like, "Hey, you're not letting me come to your school," and they're like, "There's too many Asians here. We can't keep letting Asians in. We need to let black people in sometimes." And they're like, so triggered. What
I'm
if
triggered
Zelda
right
was
now.
cyber-touched?
Who's that?
What if Zelda was cyber-touched?
What?
Cyber touched. I was looking at that. I was wondering, wow.
Dan is such a little muskrat.
Yeah.
How come
He
they're
gets in
not
fights all the time. I love him.
How come they're not making cutscene movies? I know there's people that sit there take all the cutscenes and paste them together for YouTube, but how come the graphics and cutscenes are like I'm like, why don't they just make a movie using that?
What do you mean?
Like Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah.
I mean, ass Creed
Yeah.
shit?
Assassin.
No, it's just called ass, really. That's what
Oh,
they should call it. The next Assassin's Creed will just be called Ass Crack.
Yeah.
Come to the Ass Crack Creed, where the assassins bleed in their assholes because they're all being raped and cyber-touched.
Basically,
Cyber touched in the butt.
didn't they say that they're gonna make Assassin's Creed?
Movie?
Yeah, they have a movie.
I've read that they're gonna make the next one or something. The guy gay or trans. I'm not joking.
a trans assassin.
Yeah, I just
That's
I don't
really
understand.
good.
Hey.
Hey, I'm trans, and I'm gonna murder people. I'm a upstanding trans person in the community. My name is Airport. Welcome to my dungeon, bitch. This is all for real, y'all.
I think I would have to see that game to play it to see what.
As long as the assassin is based off of Airport, then everyone will love it. It'd be great, even though the game will suck because Assassin's Creed is garbage, puke, and I want to fart everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna look it up because I was just reading it. I was like, "What? You gotta be kidding me! What's?"
Is it a rumor, or are they actually saying, "Yeah, we're gonna"?
I don't know. I can't get my browser to work. It's not allowing me to type anywhere. I don't
I'm
know
gonna tell
why.
Dan that I featured his tweet in my stream.
What?
I'm gonna have to open up.
What if Zelda was cyber-touched?
Oh yeah.
Now, what's this about? All people going back and saying Mega Man and I mean all
Mega
these.
Man
Other,
is trans. He's a mega trans man.
yeah, all these characters in the past were trans. You just didn't know it.
You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it because if they're trans, then they'd be like, choo choo. Well, watch out for the trans train. No brakes on the trans train.
Oh, that's why I can't type.
Why?
My keyboard went down. I think I kicked the cord out or something. Hold on.
That's cyber violence. You should not kick cords. I'm so shocked that we didn't get at least 5 random people in here after I tweeted.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I'm honestly really pissed off.
I was
I
wondering what.
wanted to be cyber touched.
Didn't Donna sing a song about that?
I wanna be cyber touched by my gay best friend. Donna is my name, and I'm a pain in my gay friend's ass, and he doesn't enjoy it because I'm not a man. That was her #1 single in Japan for
Oh, it was.
5 million years. Japan has a different time. It works differently. Time goes differently.
No.
It goes up and down and then left and right.
Here's the news article right here on it.
I don't want to look at it.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
If you share it, I'm going to send a tweet to the UN saying I've been murdered.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate takes a leap forward exclusively with a series of first transgender character.
Ugh.
I
would rather them have an article where it's like, the next Assassin's Creed won't be garbage.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
That's more noteworthy.
There's a video underneath that says LGBTI characters in games are important, and here's why.
When are they going to start writing articles about autistic characters in video games are important? Never! Because autistic people are stupid and need to be exterminated! Woohoo!
Eugenics! Oh.
Eugenics is best genics!
Yeah.
Oh, man, would you play a video game with otters?
Sure, maybe.
Otter Jesus. The video game.
What?
Otter Jesus, the video game.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to make an Otter Jesus video game, I will do the voice work. And I'll do it for free! Woo! As long as I get money later on, because voice actors matter. Oh, give me all your money. I'm the voice actor. I spent 5 minutes. Here, this will be the voice work for the game. Oh, I'm Otter Jesus! Hey, yeah! Hoo, yeah! Yahoo! Whee! Otter Jesus is Otter!
You kick butt for the Lord, don't you?
I'm cyber touching you until you give me all your money. Samus was trans. Samus was actually a bitch. She kind of was. Because she looked mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still want to play Other M. I don't care if people say...
Uh,
I don't care if people say that game is basically the transgender game in the series. Well, what does that mean? Did I say something insulting? Who's to know? Oh no! Airport, get out of here! Bang! Airport murdered me. It was the happiest day of my life. Airport's my mommy. Did you know?
I did not know that.
She's my Twitter mommy. Because my
didn't I
mom.
hear that Chun-Li was transgender too or something? Where did
Chun-Li
they
is
come up
actually
with
just a man.
What?
Cyber violence is still trending. No, Chun-Li is actually a man who disguises himself as a woman because he's like, my big legs will help me get sex.
Yeah, but I know a lot of women with legs like that. They usually play softball or volleyball.
They're lesbians? Or
Yeah,
have sex in
Some
the
are. I'm looking up cyber violence on Twitter.
It's still trending.
It
and
is?
Milo's article is the article it's using to explain what the trend is.
Oh.
Let's see what's the latest.
But people
Sticks and
like...
stones may break my bones, but words are just as lethal as domestic abuse. Random Fox tweeted that 14 minutes ago.
Okay.
Violence is violence in the same way that social justice is justice.
So it's not real.
WTF magazine. I ate Taco Bell earlier and now I have heartburn and I'm uncomfortable. UN, please intervene. I need to speak. I need a speaking engagement now. Cyber violence.
Shizer Police. Can't say that right. It's like WMV. That's the name, but not the at thing. Does UN care about cybersecurity from phishing and identity theft? Nope, just bans.
Yep.
There's a good one. 50 years and $2 billion later, the UN finally discovers a way to end cyber violence. And it's just a turn off screen button. Turn off your computer.
Deadwing Duck. Cyber violence is like the most babby kind of violence there is. It's like the new metal of violence.
There's one from Queenie Martha. I can't wait for UN to stop cyber violence against gamers that Frequency promotes in with her hateful videos.
Yeah.
She's
I'm only getting like 10 Mbps. That's the real cyber violence here.
Yeah.
Is Ashley Lynch tweeting about cyber violence? Okay, she tweeted 18 minutes ago. Breitbart blogger who sources solely from HN and Encyclopedia Dramatica makes light of harassment. So, and then she tagged it cyber violence. Cyber violence because no woman should ever have to hear you're wrong on the internet. Oh my goodness. She's so stupid. Isn't she like really fat and her picture is like a trap? Like you look at her picture like, oh, and then it turns out
something wrong with her neck.
They always take
She's
these
like a
weird
turkey.
You know the world is ass backwards when progressives create a reactionary moral a majority concept like cyber violence.
I thought it was
think cyber violence is as painful and as hurtful as physical violence. I can't just push the button off. I can't just push the off button on child abuse.
Well, I used to actually be bullied in school, and many times the teacher's like, "Well, did you do something?" And I come to realize that in school and stuff like that, the teachers did that because they didn't want to be. Teachers do that many times. I found out that they try to accuse the victim of perpetrating it or causing it, so they don't have any. What's that word? Responsibility. There, I just use that word in the situation. Then.
Mm-hmm. There's one Twitter account that was like some fake shit thing about we're stopping cyber violence, and or something like that. Anyways, they ended up linking a tweet that Taco Fetus tweeted, saying that all those people that are it was not it was about it was the Google thing. It was about all these people that were at Google. They're abusers, and then this Twitter account ended up quote tweeting this person and saying, This is what the abusers always say, that the real abusers are those people that they're abusing. It's like, are you stupid? Yes. Problem solved.
I like this one. The guy tweeted this here. It said, where'd it go? If you believe that cyber violence... I lost it. I'll find it again.
I knew Optimus Deadpool wouldn't ever come back. Optimus Deadpool's a bitch, but I love him.
Yeah, he's a bitch. Where'd he go?
He said he would be back in a second and then never came back. I'm worried that the cyber violence killed him.
Yeah.
Real cyber violence. Jack Thompson.
Jack Thompson.
Guess who used to brew video? Okay, that's something else too that I begin to realize that people are that they want cyber violence to be true and everything else, because someone made the point out several different times that some of these accounts that they're claiming that they're being trolled by only have like a few people following them. They're new accounts.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically, I know people do that, make up phony accounts. I said that before, but I knew someone that made up a phony account, and then they would go in a chat room and agree with themselves, then try to team up on someone because they had like a laptop and a regular computer sitting side by side at home and troll people. I was like, what?
Those people need a good waifu.
Yeah, they do.
I was like, this is too much effort on my behalf to even do any of that. I never trolled anybody, so I just don't.
I find it hard to create a new account, a new Twitter account, that without having to create a new email address, and then it just gets messy.
So I just really,
You have multiple Twitter accounts attached to the same email.
Grummins. If the UN is to be believed, more people are dying of tweets than guns. Cyber violence. 73% of women on the internet are already dead.
Yeah.
There should be a term, cyber murdered.
Yeah, cyber murder.
CSI Cyber Squad. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Who are you?
Now we have that though. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just like that episode of SUV or SVU or whatever. Terrible.
You mean with Ice-T?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at an image of a polar bear sucking on a
SVU.
bunch of frozen fruit. That's kind of erotic. But I'm keeping it missing.
Oh, he's not going home. There's a picture of Jean-Claude Van Damme in some UN-looking uniform of blue, with a bunch of soldiers around him. Gaming anarchist.
Well, John Claude would kick everyone's ass and then make them get along. That's how it would work.
That's hot.
An actual victim of cyber violence.
Yeah, that would be an actual victim.
Melody Hensley. My PTSD has the same symptoms and feels painful just as...
Ew, her? Gross.
Wait a minute. So now they're claiming they got PTSD from...
That's old. This woman's claimed that a long time ago.
Yeah,
And everyone laughed at her, and then she said she got more PTSD from being laughed at.
she was triggered, man. She was so
And then
badly triggered.
She tried to get actual soldiers that did have PTSD, like, she tried to contact their, like, the people that are above them, try to get them fired for telling her that she was being stupid. It's like, oh yeah, totally. I have PTSD, but I'm going to take the time to get someone fired. What?
I'm not joking. I lived next door to a guy that actually had night terrors. I went over there to his house because I was supposed to drop something off to his wife, and she was there, and she went to answer the door, and I was talking to her, and the next thing I know, I heard these screamings coming, just shrills. And it's like, oh, that happens to him like almost every other night. And it's like, it was like, man, he sounded like he was being murdered, but no, that was night terrors he had from Vietnam.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't understand. If the internet's causing you that much turmoil, maybe you shouldn't be on the internet, man. I mean,
a hashtag needs to be created for Cyber Vietnam. I was involved in Cyber Vietnam.
Yeah.
I was.
Let's see.
Killed so many Asians on Twitter. Yep.
Melanie Hensley, I'm a pissed gender terrorist took my health away, and my husband has to act as a caretaker. I'm not a professional victim.
Is she even
I'm not
married?
a professional victim for speaking out.
I don't. Do we have proof that she's even married? Because I'm really right now. I'm picturing her as she's like on Twitter and she's like, "Oh, I'm a PTSD," and then she like falls off her chair onto that pillow of the weeaboo kit guy.
Okay, if you know that you're being, why would someone keep on going back to where they're being?
Because she has to speak out against all the people giving her PTSD constantly.
It's like someone saying they was raped at a party, but they keep on going back to the house where they had the party at.
No, I was raped at the party, so I went back to the party immediately after I was raped. And then I got raped again, and I went back again, and I just kept getting raped. But eventually it stopped being rape.
I started to enjoy it.
She has PTSD from Twitter, but continues to use it. See, that's what other people are saying. That's what anybody with logical conclusion keeps on saying that. If it's causing you that much turmoil, why you keep on coming back to that place? I know people that stopped, that got rid of their Facebook accounts because they couldn't stand, whatever people are posting about cats.
All the baby pictures.
Yeah, and stuff like that. Just really.
That's true cyber violence.
Vincent Bogart. I have night terrors, but I wasn't in Nam, but I did play Ghost Recon. Good damn it, video.
I remember someone saying that before, that they had to go to the doctors because they were having Vietnam flashbacks, and the doctor told them, "You're watching too many Vietnam movies." Movies on Vietnam. Oh my gosh, there's more pictures of them at the UN. UN.
I'm posting a link to the.
They're all white women around the table.
The stream again, so people can join if they want.
Is there nothing? Is there no one? I don't. Where's the minority at? Is this like all white women?
White women are a minority.
I thought there was more white women or women in America than men.
No, the only white women that exist are the ones in that photo.
Yeah.
Every other white woman you've seen, they were just a dead black woman, and they were a ghost.
That's right. They became ghosts, man. We have problems.
They're the ghosts of the white feminists who had them murdered because they were white, they were black, because they were all racist. You're dead, and so all these black women come back as white ghosts. It makes sense if you do things with your brain.
Yeah. Do they have hoods?
Oh no, they just
now there's people making claims that every time they see the hashtag Gamergate,
it triggers them.
Yeah, it's cyber.
Well, to be honest, it's not necessarily triggering. It's not to what extent triggering means, but whenever I see an image of Felicia Day, I get really upset because of issues that I had with her. But yeah, it's not that bad. I just do something else.
But why are so many people hating Gamergate? I just know
Gamergate is awesome and everyone's jelly.
I'm looking at both sides and reading both sides of the story here, and it's I don't see in Gamergate. All I know is they want responsible.
Gamergate has the best waifus.
Yeah.
And they're I'm so jelly. My waifu is a big fatty with hair that's the color of poop. Poop that is blue. Blue poop hair.
She looks like she has algae sector.
Yeah. I think that Zoe Quinn is trying to make herself look Asian.
Oh, always. I could see that.
I think she's intentionally trying to do it.
She's a real weeaboo. Is that what you're saying?
No, she's culturally appropriating Asian culture or something.
Ah.
I don't understand how she's able to lose and gain weight so strangely. Because when she met with that stupid idiot who was in Congress or was a representative, she was in this white, weird, it's like a Korean funeral wedding dress. And she looked like a doll, and she looked like she was fake, and she looked really fat. She looked like she wasn't real. And then in that picture, she looks thinner, and it's just what is going on? Is she just going to some weird country and saying, "Take off all my fat, I'm gonna go eat some more pork chops"? And
I don't understand, because I've learned even from school. I learned from older friends that graduated school, and they said they realized after they got out of high school that about 95% of the friends that they knew in high school they never see again.
Yeah.
And it was like,
I've never really technically seen any of the people I went to high school with again after graduation.
and it was like, he said you begin to realize, that's the reason why someone else said, someone posted something and said, do you have my phone number? Give me a call. Oh, you don't? Then you don't know me well enough, so whatever you say about me, I don't care.
I was like, you don't have my phone number? Go kill yourself.
Yeah, you bastard.
Nobody joined the hangout, bastards. I'm like tweeting it. I'm like asking for trolls, and no one's doing it.
Yeah, we need some trolls.
Yeah, bunch of sissy whores.
But you can't. I mean,
hello, Dan. How are you?
I'm
Hello.
trying to. Most of all these articles are.
Are you triggered, Dan?
Dan's triggered. Okay.
Oh no, Dan's triggered! Dan's triggered! Somebody tell him what to do and argue with him. Oh.
What
is going
Dan,
on?
your waifu sucks.
Woo! What is going on with Dan's image?
Why don't they just create their own online Twitter or something?
I've always said that. This is spooky, Dan. What was that?
I heard something that sounded like a lightsaber.
Dan was trying to Samara us.
Yeah. I was
We're bringing
expecting
it back to
something
the
to come
ring.
out of the screen.
What are you up to, Dan?
Oh, hey Dan. I was trying to get his mic working. I don't know.
Oh, Danny boy, the bright lights are calling you home. So let them tell you what to do and how to tweet. Now draw a picture of a sexy girl with no face or legs or boobs, and turns out just to be half squirrel and half a radiator. And then
Nope,
the Hulk's
can't
like
hear you.
in the background going, "Woo! I'm a hot girl." The Hulk. Do it. Draw it.
Do it.
Draw
Do
the
it.
sex. No, we cannot hear you. I think we heard you briefly at the beginning. But I guess you're just being silenced because you're such a bully who cyber harasses everyone.
Oh my gosh. I'm reading some of the people talking
But now.
about cyber violence.
Yes, now we can hear your sexy Jamaican accent.
PRP crime prevention.
What's up? What's going on?
Nothing.
Well, why'd you want me in here? You're like, Dan,
Shut
come
up.
in here. And
We-
I don't know why. What's going on?
I thought if you would come in, then it would get interesting.
Let's
Well,
talk
you
about
thought-
butts.
Argue, be a bully.
There you go. I posted a thing in the chat, and you can
I'm not
click
sharing
on that,
that.
and have a look at it, and you can share it, and you can tell your friends.
Oh my.
Enjoy.
That's so shameful.
I'm triggered.
How are you triggered by that?
It's
Because I'm
cyber.
triggered by orcs.
Are you?
Oh, Dan. I guess I'll follow Dan.
Oh no, I'm clicking on it. What's happening?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, she's wearing something covering her boobs. I'm not so cyber harassed anymore.
Yeah, I did that so that you wouldn't be cyber touched.
Did you draw
You're
that
looking
yourself,
sketchy.
Dan?
Sorry?
I said, Dan, did you draw that yourself?
Yes, I did. Oh,
Comic-
great. You're asking me a creepy question, huh?
No.
No. I'm just looking at the at
Oh.
the stream here. We've got a video. Do you like poop? I'm not a robot. Thank you. Your question has been
Yay!
received. Well, fantastic. I'm gonna have a lot of fun answering that later.
You're
Thank
a
you very much, Andrew.
misogynistic pig,
You're
Dan.
welcome.
You drew that troll too sexy looking.
Not a troll, it's an orc. Check
She's
your
an orc.
Orc.
The thing with the orc, so she is not going to be as big and crazy as an ogre or a troll, but I am planning on putting those in the universe in what I don't know what you call it, Lusty the she-elf barbarian universe. I don't know, whatever that universe is, there will be trolls and other things as well.
Her body
Great.
proportions are not real.
What do you mean her body proportions are not real?
I'm joking. Someone
What does
posted
it
a
mean?
picture of what's that? Someone, let me bring it up here.
Cyber violence.
That org
What's it at?
promotes unnatural body proportions. And
Oh yeah, that
unnatural-
protein ad. Are you beach body ready?
Yeah.
Are
No.
you beach body ready?
That
Cyber
person was
violence
sitting there
ready?
Beach body
Cyber
ready can be
violence.
like her that can be her war cry as she runs into battle. Are you beach body ready?
This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
And then she'll chop off their heads, and all the knights will be screaming their heads off as she chops their heads off. And they're like, I'm not beach body ready.
Here, I
Ah!
posted this together. That picture. You can look at it and read the context of people saying the organs won't fit in her body. That's photoshopped.
It's hilarious because you go on her her Instagram. It's like all the photos look like that. She's not photoshopped, guys. You're just jealous. You're super jealous that she is unnaturally skinny. And not unnaturally, just you know what I mean. She's just she's an outlier. Like most people will not be that thin, no matter how much dieting you do. It's just her bone structure.
There are many girls that look like I've met that are like bony as can be, look like they're anorexic and stuff. They just hardly eat and.
Yeah, well, I've never seen thin girls look like that. Like if someone gave me that photo and asked me if it was photoshopped to make her thinner, I would have said yes, if I didn't already know that the model actually does look like that.
Well, I've met many girls that have. I've met many girls that have their shoulders are smaller than their hips because usually they say it's about the same size or proportion or bigger, but no. I mean, I've met many girls that looked a little bit weird, like, why is your shoulder so small, but you got these wide hips compared to... But you see in the picture there, I mean, and what people are sitting there saying, but the girl, Chloe Price there, that's posted pictures of herself, and she basically looks the same. No Photoshop. I was like, yep. The guy was sitting there blocked her and everything else.
My problem with the model is she doesn't look happy in the picture.
That's
really uncomfortable.
Well, that's something weird because usually they always show the before and after pictures of people, and it's like always the before picture they're frowning, and the after picture they're smiling.
Like the before picture is like a
it's
black
not really
fat woman, and the after picture is like a white skinny woman.
She's not sad. It's just the model pout.
Yeah, that's stupid. We should force her to smile in front of a bunch of people showing off Photoshop.
Hey, I can fix that. I can fix that with Photoshop. I can make her smile.
That's oppressive to women.
If you use Photoshop, that is literally rape. Do not do that,
Literally
guys.
smile rape.
That is cyber rape.
When you do your sketches, do you actually use pencil? Do you use what program do you use? Do you use a sketch pad on the side?
Okay, so for that orc girl that I drew there, that's I usually use Paint Tool Sci.
Okay,
That's SAI.
I got that.
For sketching, I just get the I think it's the marker brush, and I go down to 4 pixels big. So a small brush with a bit of blending and pressure sensitivity.
You want to know a secret that I've learned from some people that actually draw some of this stuff? They actually find pictures of women online, and they lay it in the background and do layers and kind of sketch over top of them.
Those people are called Greg Land.
You mean tracing?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Yeah. I recommend using photo references. That's fantastic. Tracing is, I don't know. It's not just lazy, but it'll make your drawings get stuck in.
They'll
Like,
be
you won't get
static.
better at drawing, and your drawings will just be stuck in that particular mode. Like I don't
That's
know.
my Sonic OC. You can't, don't steal.
I think if you.
Dan?
Huh?
What country are you from, Dan? UK?
I am not from the country of UK. I am in
Jamaican.
Australia.
Ah,
From Australia.
see.
I
I
mean,
get
I'm
You're
in Australia.
Jamaican, man. You're Jamaican, you're bacon with Australian lazy baby.
Bearcon.
I say that
Yeah,
because I always listen to British people or Aussie people add R's on the end of words. Like
Aussie.
right here. Like there's no R on the end of
Why do you call us Aussie? It is not Aussie. It is Aussie.
I am
Australian.
Aussie with an
I
S.
think
You
you should
do
just,
not
like,
say that.
We
You
should
say
kill all the
Aussie.
Australians because they're all criminals, anyways.
This is true. Now, with sketching, if you trace over a photo, you're going to be stuck to what that photo is. Like, it's going to look like you've traced a photo, and it's. But
What
if you trace using a photo as reference, like you look at it and go, oh, so that's how it looks when it's in this direction or whatever. You know, that's how you draw an arm when it's doing this. That frees you up to put the arm in the way, like the way you want it to be. Like
What if
it
you
doesn't
want
have to
something just for
exactly
background?
follow. Sorry.
What if you want something just for in the background, like just like I want something, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. But I want something, so you find a picture of like a building or a tree, and then you just do that, trace it.
Well, you just trace it.
Yeah.
I
See,
think
I
it's
just-
Is
I
that
think it's better
bad?
to just learn how to draw.
See, I would
and
draw.
do it
No,
yourself.
what if
Do
you
it
want to do it
easy.
You know
But
what
you
I?
can-
You know what I used to do?
Tracing always looks like tracing to me. Like, if
I
I
know.
see a comic or something where someone's traced, you can tell, and it does not look great.
Have you ever looked at a Greg Land comic?
I'm not sure who that is, but I'm
You'll
guessing
know.
he's a. I'm guessing he's a tracer.
Yeah.
What
He
would you
literally
do?
will trace pornography.
Oh yeah.
He actually had Ben Affleck and Matt Damon in one comic.
Oh, I've
He'll
seen
trace other
those.
people's art.
So what's this guy's name?
Greg Land.
And
Greg Land. Yeah, I think I've seen this thing where people have done comparisons. They said,
Yep.
yeah, look at this comic. That's this such and such celebrity. This is traced from this, and you can find all the photos. Yeah, it's not great when you can. Look, when a photo can be found that easily, but people can find it easily and go, you use that photo for reference. It's better to.
All
I
the
know, you-
oh my
female
gosh,
characters
they actually
draw
post the pictures side by side online of where he took them from.
It's like
Yeah.
Storm will have the same face as Jean Grey, and the same face as like an Asian character, and it's like really disturbing. Like all the same. Men will sometimes have different faces.
Faces especially, you cannot trace.
Yeah.
You cannot trace them.
But he
You've
does.
got to do your own work and use the photo for reference to, if you want to figure out proportions or whatever, but you got to do your own faces, otherwise it's, and you got to, I don't know, I see this a lot in anime and manga and
Uh-oh.
Western comics, same face. People just draw they just draw one face for a guy, one face for a girl, and they use that same face on every single character that they have.
In manga
Well,
and
I was
anime,
going to tell you.
Not only is that,
always
and not
different.
all of them do that. Like, I think a good example of something that doesn't always do same faces, I think you got Kill la Kill, I think, has a bit of same face, but mostly not. Like, if you...
I wanted to say though that Kill la Kill is a shit waifu.
Kill la Kill is a bad... Yeah. You cannot have Kill la Kill as your waifu. That is true.
Sure you can.
I don't know. I can't think of a good Western comic where they don't have the same face. But
Don Cassidy.
oh, I know one. Let me
one.
see if I can give you a link.
Don Cassidy. Acknowledge what I said.
I don't even know who that is. I read mostly.
did.
So how
Read
do
most of
people
your posts.
know
Okay,
that?
so the Meek. Have you ever heard the Meek?
The make.
The Meek.
The mink?
Meek.
Just put it in chat. I can't understand your crazy language.
The Meek.
Hey, mate.
The Meek will inherit the earth. That's a
I've
good
never
one.
heard of this.
So this one, the artist is pretty good with expressions and making characters look different, and I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty important to have for your characters. Another one
show
is
you John Cassaday.
another one
Tino,
is
I'm actually
Family
saving
Man.
this because I have so many artists booked.
Here, so here's another one called Godsend, which is pretty cool comic. It's pretty cool.
Hey, Dan, I was going to share
I'll
with
post
you.
this one in the chat.
I was going to share with you a secret that I learned. You ever use CorelDRAW?
Use what?
CorelDRAW?
CorelDRAW?
Does anyone use it anymore?
Corel. I think I used Coral Paint briefly. No, I don't know if I use Coral.
If you can find a good drawing program that you can do SVG graphics in it, because what I used to do for a lot of my comic book characters that I made, what I would do is actually sketch them, scan them into the computer, touch them up using the computer. Then what I would do is for all their belts and everything, I would actually make SVG items because it's scalable vector art. So when you scale it up, it don't lose its quality. So I would make guns. I would draw guns, belts, knives, everything for my characters. You can also skew them and change the shape of them too with SVG in that. And that's what I was doing for my characters. And people couldn't believe that I was the one making them and stuff like that. Plus also too, SVG allows you to put in backgrounds and things like that if you want to actually put in real trees in the background or other little things in it that look real to make it. I mean, people are like, just looked at some of the stuff I did and was like, wow, I couldn't believe you did that. And I was like, I showed them how to, and it's like,
sorry, I've got to go pretty soon. Yeah, actually, I'll go now. I've got to go to a birthday party thing. Yeah, I'm gonna
Is it
leave.
your birthday? Do you want me to send you sexy clowns?
No and no.
Good, because I wasn't gonna.
Okay.
You're not fun.
See you guys later. Have a good time.
And that was Dan's Art Hour. Good night, everybody.
didn't what's his face do? I'm trying to think. Who was that? Miller. Didn't he do Batman series? Frank Miller. Didn't he do a Batman series? I was trying to think.
He did many Batman series. Well, not that many.
He did Year One and.
He didn't draw it, but he did the Dark Knight Returns, or Dark Knight Strikes Back.
Did he ever do the one where Batman got in his arm and was fighting Superman?
Yes, he did that one.
Okay. I was like trying to recall that comic. I was like, because he posted that one up there, Batman, and remind me of.
That was intentionally supposed to look like that. That image I posted. That was this one Wildstorm comic that crossed over with Batman weirdly.
Oh,
It was called Planetary. One of the characters ends up meeting Batman, but he goes through all the different versions of Batman. So there's the Frank Miller one. There's like the original sort of classic one. There's, I think, the Adam West one. I'm not sure.
175-pound.
Anyways, I need to end the stream.
Okay, no problem.
So let's talk about cyber violence again. Cyber violence murders everyone. Everyone is dying. Stop cyber violence now.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's violent.
And cyber violence is violent and it's bad.
Yeah.
Do not do this. That's bad. So
Every stroke is a knife stabbed into someone.
Cyber knives are bad. Cyber guns are bad. Do not cyber shoot people and cyber murder them, because the cyber police will come and cyber touch you. But it's okay because there are authorities on it, and that's good because cyber authorities are the best authorities. And cyber waifus are bad because they're cyber touching cyber women.
Also, stay away from cyber men because only let the doctor take care of those.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna end, guys. All the 7 people watching, and thank you, Winston Bogart, for your hilarity. It was wonderful and beautiful.
I love you all.
So yeah, that's about Otter Jesus, and it's time to go.
Yep. Have a good night.
Yep. Take care.
You too.
Peace.
Whee!
Woo! I'm going to bed.
Okay, we're still live.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. Go. I wanted to be here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, everybody. Thank you very much. This has been Cyber Touch to your cyber violence, and I'm here to say that you've all been cyber murdered by Otter Jesus, and I appreciate your sacrifice.
So thanks everybody. We are here at Party Time at Otter Jesus House. Gigi and Medford. If you want to come to Medford, Oregon. Hang out with Otter Jesus. That'll be great. Yay! I don't know if I'm serious or not, but yay! Good night.